Hey, what's going on, guys? Xbox All in channel host Sega Forever. Happy Columbus Day. Had some time to do a quick video, so decided to do so. Invited a couple of the guys, if people jump in, because this is an all in chat. So, a lot of times when we do videos, we have set topics and things we like to discuss when we're doing the podcast. And then there's a lot of people in the chat that we don't get a chance to get to. Hopefully, we get some people jump in. And if you guys jump in, we can talk about a lot of different things. We talk a lot about things in the world of Xbox, especially. There's some news out there, nothing major. A lot of good news for Xbox, which means in the next couple of days there'll probably be a lot of negative press for Xbox as well. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. If you guys are Xbox all in, you know what time it is. You know how this works. A lot of times Xbox will put stuff out there that'll be positive for the fans and consumers and for the gaming industry in general. And then, the negative starts to follow. Hey, what's up, Tom, man? What's up, my brother? Yeah, I got some free time, dude, so I figured I'd do a quick podcast. Do a chat, man. If you guys got any questions or want to talk about anything, man, please let me know. This is not a structured podcast like the Wrecking Crew or the podcast where we talk about specific topics, though. There's some news we can cover. But whatever you guys want to comment on, please do so in the chat, and we'll address it. I don't know if any of the guys have sent it will be coming in. I did send he bought a link already. Yesterday was his birthday. Happy birthday to my brother. I know he's been busy. I've been busy as well. But if you can jump in, that'd be cool. What's up, Daniel, man? Happy Monday. Dude, have you been seeing all the reports about the WNBA and how they're changing? It's interesting to me. And I heard a report that the last championship game actually sold out, which I think is good, man. I mean, earlier in the year, I picked Minnesota to be the team to beat. And they're in the finals right now. New York Liberty is good as well in Connecticut. But, man, just watching Minnesota play this year, dude, they're just a well-balanced team. And one of the problems I've always had with the WNBA this entire season has been the consistency of gameplay across the board. Some teams are definitely stronger than others, and that shows. So it doesn't surprise me that Minnesota will probably be the champions this year. That'll be the team to beat. Again, this is why you've seen the coach so upset about Caitlin Clark, right? Because she sucked all the air out of the room, man, and her team and her players aren't getting the shine that they deserve. A lot of the players in the WNBA aren't getting the shine that they deserve. Some of it is just the reality of it. Some of it is the league itself, man. They have to make some changes. They really do, especially moving forward, dude. I've seen this happen with the NBA back in the day, man, transitioning from the 70s to the 80s, and hopefully they do, man, because I think there's a lot of potential with the WNBA, man. I know I'm excited watching it, but I told you guys I'm a basketball guy. I'm a sports guy technically. I've fallen off though, but it dragged me back in, dude, and I'm enjoying it. Hey, what's up, Faded? What's up, brother? Faded Blaze. I don't want to hear anything about Microsoft can't promote JRPGs. Metaphor 1 million on the first day. Yeah, 100%, dude. And we all know that was a false narrative. Because to be honest with you, on the Sony side, a lot of their games don't hit either, the sales. Again, a lot of times when people think about gaming, they think about Xbox and PlayStation. But it's just like any other genre, right? Whether it's movies, music, whatever, right? It's just the average consumer who puts in all the money for the most part, right? That's what they're trying to appeal to, man. Because if you can get general people to buy your money, because they already got our money, guys like us who keep up with this stuff. But 100%, man, I agree with you. And that was just a false narrative. A lot of people don't realize that it's also on the Japan side as well. I'd say 75% of it's on Japan side, right? Whether they choose to participate or not. And it's not, to me, it's not like they don't want to bring the games over or any kind of stuff. It's just the way they are, dude. Well, what they do is they don't even consider certain markets or certain anything, dude. You have to appeal to them. If you guys want to, man, I mean, not just the chat, but anybody who listens to this video, go on YouTube and just do a quick search about like McDonald's in Japan or KFC in Japan. certain things, American products that are popular there, and just watch videos. People do a lot of cool videos on this stuff, and for a Japanese market, it has to appeal to them. Right. This is why I think the Xbox is doing better over there because they made it smaller, more compact, a little bit niche. Giving people a reason. There's other stuff I think personally they can do to appeal to the Japanese market, whether Microsoft wants to do that or not. I think they're more focused on expanding into all of Asia, which I think is good. I just shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. So I think Microsoft is doing all they can to appeal to the Japanese consumer, but it's up to the consumer over there. You can't force people. You can't force developers to make games for your system, right? But in this instance, the way that Sarah and Phil have gone about appealing to the Japanese community, if you guys watched the Tokyo Game Show, it was really great this year. If you want to expound on that, dude, just do a search on YouTube. You see people did coverage of it that goes beyond what we saw in the Xbox presser that they released, and then you can see you get a better idea of how noticed both Phil and Sarah are. Xbox is, it's definitely not the big dog in that market, but they're getting recognition, and as you can see, other people are beginning to bring their games over. You see Square Enix, you see the relationship they built with Sega Atlas, and like the Faded Blaze, to your point, man, metaphor, 1 million on first day. So I'm still trying to get my physical copy of the game. It's interesting to me because I'm trying to get it from GameStop. I do not want to order from Amazon, though I will if I have to as a last resort. Just because I've ordered stuff from Amazon and I'm kind of particular about the things I order from them if I'm collecting. But if I buy physical, it's to add to my collection. And sometimes I've gotten stuff from them that gets damaged in the mail. Right? Not that the game is broken or anything like that. I've never had any broken disc, but I don't like it when the packaging is damaged or the like the box and stuff like that. I want that stuff to be pristine because I keep my stuff in pretty good shape. So Amazon will be my last option. I'm trying to go here locally where I live. Hit up. I'll try and go out today and then check out a couple more stops. I'm a bit surprised, though. It looks like it's on GameStop because I don't know what they're doing, man. GameStop seems to me like they're wanting people to pre-order with them instead of putting the product in the store to be available to consumers when they want it, which I think is a mistake. I know they don't want backstock, but the other thing you don't want to do is miss on impulse buying because a lot of this stuff does happen that way when it comes to gaming. Right, that people can see a commercial or people hear word of mouth. People see like the Tokyo Game Show and stuff like that. You want that stock on hand because people come in to buy it, and that's a sale lost. Faded Bliss. I'm hearing talks about PC gamers don't want Sony's exclusives. Oh, really? That's interesting. I mean, honestly, you could just buy a Sony console if you want to. It's not like they come out with a bunch of exclusives all the time. In fact, I think a lot of their exclusives are older games, aren't they? I don't think they put anything new on PC. I don't think they can afford to. I don't think Sony can afford that. Unlike Microsoft, who does it day one. This is why when guys in the Xbox community were saying that Xbox is PC or Microsoft is PC, now they understand what that means, especially the ponies. That's how big a company Microsoft is, man. And they're supporting Xbox now, so it is what it is. I also heard Until Dawn Remastered did worse than Concord. Really? Oh my gosh. I heard the numbers weren't good, but I didn't know it did that bad. I mean, they've released Until Dawn multiple times, haven't they? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, if I'm wrong. Please correct me, because I don't keep up with PlayStation on that level. All my time is spent focusing on Xbox and Microsoft, and also playing their games, and the games we have, especially in Game Pass. I just played that crab game that they released a couple months ago into Game Pass. I had it downloaded, but I never got around to playing it. I forgot the name of it, dude. It's kind of like a Souls-like type of game where you got to go around, which I know that's what people are saying. But when I play it, I mean, you do fight different characters and stuff as you explore the world. Maybe it's because I haven't come across a big boss yet, but I'm fighting other crabs and stuff like that. But the writing on it is great, and the graphics is way better than I thought it was going to be. Not that I thought it was going to be bad, but the way the video started, and then when you transition to the actual game, because it's really cool, man. What they do in the beginning of the game is they start off like a documentary, like you would see on Animal Planet or something like that, which I thought was cool. And then you hear the person doing the dialogue, which is a little bit off. You know what I mean? I mean, not off in a bad way, but It was funny. And then when it switches into the actual game, dude, the animation looks really great. The artwork looks good. The design, like it was nice and clean. It looked like a cartoon, like a true cartoon. So, I mean, that got me into the game. I started playing it, and everything's intuitive and it's not too complicated. So a lot of people can just jump in and play it. Highly recommend you guys check it out. So, Faded said Amazon kind of pissed me off because they canceled Henry Cavill's Warhammer TV show. Yeah, Faded. Henry Cavill kind of stepped away too. They were having disagreement about the content of Warhammer. It's one of the reasons why Henry left Witcher as well. Henry Cavill is like a hardcore fanboy when it comes to this kind of stuff. So if you're gonna do something to switch the actual the story or the world or even the canon of these franchises, man, he doesn't want anything to do with it. He'll step away. He'll fight for it. That's what he was doing in The Witcher. Because The Witcher, in more or less terms, they're focusing a lot on the female characters. The whole woman power thing. Some people like that. Most people don't. If I'm being honest, this is why the series is kind of falling off. And he's leaving, and they're bringing in one of the was it what's his name's brother, Hemsworth's brother's coming in to fill the shoes. I mean, he looks like a good fit for the character. I just don't know how much they're going to use the character. And then when it came to Warhammer, same thing, right? They wanted to make one of the characters. I'm not too deep on Warhammer, but I know that they wanted to make one aspect of it female, which there is no female characters. In fact, they do have female characters within Warhammer, but they wanted to take some of these other characters and make them female. If you watch Amazon, like the Lord of the Rings and all that kind of stuff, they like to do stuff like that. They like to update it for the term modern audiences. And Henry Cavill's like, no, I won't do it. I think he's attached to like Voltron now. That's the last I heard. Faded Blaze. Yeah, in my honest opinion, Henry Cavill should start his own production and continue the Warhammer work. Faded, I was surprised that it came to that actually. Because and again, it's Amazon that has the rights to this kind of stuff. And if you guys see what Amazon does with a lot of their productions, I shouldn't say a lot, with several of the productions, right? It just depends on who's doing it, right? The whole thing with DEI going on right now, which has been going on for almost 2 decades. People are just catching up to it because they see how it's affecting the games they play, the movies they watch, TV shows they like. But it's too bad, man. I really would have loved to see him in Warhammer. I think one of my favorite scenes from Witcher, people clip it all the time, and they share it on social media, is the scene with Henry Cavill's character. That he goes down this long stretch of road and just takes people out with his sword. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, guys, I'm not the biggest Witcher fan. The one thing I don't like about Witcher games is kind of like with some games I don't enjoy is because they send you on these side quests that just take me out of the game. And I know you don't have to 100% stuff, but it's just distracting to me. I mean, great. I'm not saying it's a bad game, guys. It's just, just like with all of us, man. Some people like certain things, some people don't. And I'm not saying it's bad. I should actually go back and try and finish the game because I did play it. I do like the story, the characters. I like the lore of it, but I just can't get into the gameplay for some reason. Well, not some reason. It's the side quests. Faded Blaze. They do have fan-made Warhammer movies on YouTube. They're pretty good. Yeah. That's the sad thing about it, right? It's like, the fans actually take these things and make them better than what they are. I mean, that's the whole thing with Star Wars as well, right? It's the stuff outside of the actual movies that has pushed the universe forward. Right. Which is why, you have such hardcore fans when it comes to this kind of stuff. And this is why you have so much, I don't know, man. Like these production studios and these people that want to come in and change things, and they think they're going to come in and do these things, not realizing how hardcore the fan base is, right? And then when they run across it, right, and they realize, wow, these guys are hardcore, then they call you a name, right? Then the media jumps in. This is why, for me personally, guys, I can't wait for DEI to die. It's been exposed, right? And for me personally, man, I think it'd be great if it just goes away because it takes away from the storytelling and the characters at the end of the day. Again, I am old, man. I'm a old school nerd. Like when I went and read X Men, or when I went and watched TV shows and movies or cartoons back in the day, I didn't need to see myself in these things. Like a lot of people feel the need to. I don't know. This generation of people, man, they're very self-centered and selfish, right? I mean, it's your money. I mean, the way you consume your entertainment, which is fine, but not everybody feels the same way. And I guess these guys are figuring out that they're a small majority, or actually the minority when it comes to all of these things in pop culture. Because they don't put into it, man. They don't really follow it. Some people do, but the majority don't. It's all about them. It's all about what they see, how they want to see themselves in these characters. And like when I was growing up, man, I read Thor. I didn't care that Thor didn't look Hawaiian, right? In fact, I know a couple comic books like they actually use the goddess Pele, in a couple of the comic books I have, on the Avengers, which I thought was cool. But I mean, I didn't need her to be an Avenger. You know what I'm saying? I just grew up in different times, and I think nerds back then, because we were so ostracized and stuff like that, we just had a community that we belonged to. So regardless of your background, who you were, what you thought, what you believed, at the end of the day, it was all about the space you occupied. Like for me, X-Men had a soapbox. Stanley talked about it, in detail about how he viewed the X-Men, and one of the things I can't stand now is people take what, the X-Men actually meant, right? When they redid the X-Men, like Giant Size X-Men #1 and Uncanny X-Men #94, when relaunched it, there's various reasons why they did it, but they wanted it to appeal to more people, right? And they wanted an international market because the comic book was on the verge of being canceled. If you guys didn't know that, right? So they came up with this idea and they put it into place. And of course, Stan Lee, man, I mean, he spoke on this about, about people not being represented. But what people do nowadays is they take that and they just focus that on race. It's not The X Men wasn't just about race. The X Men was about being ostracized, no matter who you are, right? Whether it's because of your religion, skin color, um, where you were born, all of that stuff, right? This is why, Children of the Atom, right? And it allowed them to expand the Marvel comic book universe, right, guys? That was the great thing about X Men, right? Because before that, superheroes would get their powers through an accident. Maybe they're an alien, like Superman. There's various reasons. And Stanley talked about this, dude. After a while, you run out of ideas, right? You run out of ways to give people superpowers, right? And it had run the gamut. So one of the things is like, oh, maybe if you're born with your superpower, right? If you're born with your superpower, then right, then you don't have to explain it that much. And it opened up a whole new, world for these writers and creators, right? And some of them did talk about, social justice issues and stuff like that, right? But it wasn't as unbearable as it is now, right? Because now to me, like the stuff that was promoted by Marvel back in the day, or how people looked at things. Like I'm old school, guys. I'm old, man. I remember watching Archie Bunker, Sanford and Son, Chico and the Man, all these shows that would, um, had a kind of a liberal kind of bent to it, right? But and liberal in the fact like with the representation bit, but it's nowhere near as psychotic. The stuff you have now is militant, and I can speak on that because I was there. I came from that era. The stuff that you have now, dude, is just people are looking at it, dude, and they're weaponizing it, and they want people to pay. And if you don't hold the line with these guys, or if you don't believe in their ideology, dude, they'll ostracize you. Which for a lot of people, this is what these guys don't understand about, the space that they're occupying when it comes to, nerd or geek stuff, right? Is what they don't know is that people like myself or people like me, we've been ostracized our entire lives when it comes to this kind of stuff. So it's like for me, I don't care. Plus, I'm old, right? Like a lot of this stuff these guys are trying to tell me, dude. I was like, dude, I was there. Dude, I was there, dude. I lived in the middle of Central Florida, dude. Right when it was I grew up with rednecks. Dude, I stood out, man. I stood out, dude, because there was nobody like me that lived that entire area, dude. Right? People thought I was, Mexican most of the time. Right? They didn't know what a Hawaiian was. The only people that saw me and they've been to Hawaii, they were like, "Oh, you don't look Asian," because you don't see a lot of Hawaiians around. Anyway, I'm not gonna get on that point. But my point is, dude, that this stuff needs to die because it's ruining comics, it's ruining gaming, right? Now, for me, I know you guys have been seeing some of the videos that I've been doing talking about this stuff, right? And I'm trying to keep a balance, right? Because this is predominantly an Xbox channel, and you have a lot of people out there talking about DEI, and when they talk about DEI, it's like usually Marvel, Disney, video games, and then you see Xbox getting drawn into it. But for me, as an Xbox guy, I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it 100 with you guys. As much as I want to see DEI die, right? A lot of it a lot of the stuff that Microsoft does. If you guys are Microsoft or Xbox, right? And you guys know how Microsoft as a corporation is. You know, Microsoft's been doing this for a long time, so it shouldn't surprise any of you guys. You know. But yeah, faded. I mean, to your point. I'm sorry, I'm losing the chat. I'll come back to the chat. Faded to your point. Yeah, dude. Sometimes the best stuff is made by fans because they care about this stuff. You know what I mean? You know, they grew up in it. These are the people that think about it, even when the show's finished. You know, that's how I was, dude. When I back in the day when I played Street Fighter, dude. When I in my free time, I would write out all kind of stuff about Street Fighter, like some stories I would like to see, some characters I would like introduced, how they could build a world up. You know, this is what we did back in the day. Do you think a lot of these people do that now? Nope. And you can tell, man, because all they care when they use Warhammer or when they use Lord of the Rings or when they use X-Men, right? They just want to see their ideology or see themselves in it, and that's why this stuff's falling apart. T Reaper, hey, what's up, T? I beat Sparkling Zero story in just 2 days and 16 minutes. Yeah, dude. I mean, more power to you, bro. I can't do that. Dude, I just jumped on another game I shouldn't have. Like I talked about earlier, I'm playing that crab game that's on Game Pass, dude. I'll probably pick it up. I liked it so much. Um, dude, I shouldn't have done that because I'm trying to play Trials of Mana, which is a really great game, which is in Game Pass as well. I did Goku's story in the first 5 hours it released. Dang, man. Man, I hear a lot of positive stuff about the game. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans out there, man. I told you guys, I missed that part of my life, dude, when Dragon Ball Z was popular. I was like in my what, 19, 20, 21, around there. So I was doing other stuff in life besides doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, but welcome T. Faded Blaze. DEI is dying slowly. Someone from SBI got fired. Oh, Switch Baby got fired, and the gaming industry won't do any business with him. You know what is funny about that, Faded, right? Is that people like me and you, because we follow this stuff, we know that it's dying slowly, man. But you notice that the media doesn't really cover it or cover it sparingly, especially the mainstream media. Yeah, so a lot of people don't know. I forgot the guy's name, but I know who you're talking about because I guess all of this stuff kicked off because of him, which is weird, man. Because the way that they discuss a lot of the information that was shared on these guys was shared on their website, just as somebody found it and put it out there for everybody to see. And then the lady who's the head of this, Sweet Baby Inc. talked about it, that she didn't want people to know who she was, right? And which is kind of suspect to me, right? You're making content for video games and you don't want your consumers to know who you are. And that's the thing that gets me about a lot of these guys, right? Because they put themselves out there like they're brave and they're stunning and brave and bold and all this kind of stuff. But they fold, man, when their thought process and their ideology gets put on blast. For me as a person, like if I believe in something, I'll stand up there, dude, and I'll try and defend my beliefs. Which goes to tell you, man, for a lot of these guys, man, it's you know, it seems shady, right, dude? If you actually believe in that, then you should do it. There's like the whole thing with Assassin's Creed Shadows, how they're delaying the game. Yeah, I'm just like, dude, that's chicken, dude. Don't do that, bro. Put your stuff up. Be proud. Be proud of what you put out if you believe in what you believe. This is one of the reasons I don't like DEI, man. It's so subversive in what they're trying to do. If you actually believe this and you want people to judge you on the merit of your beliefs and how you feel gaming should go and how representation does matter, but when it comes time to put up or shut up, you don't do that. I lose all respect for you, man. My respect for you is low anyway, but I mean, no respect whatsoever if you're gonna do that. Hey, Vontae, what's up, man? Yeah, just a little hangout. See if some of the guys can jump in, man. I just wanted to talk to the chat because I don't get to do that during the podcast, man. Because we're all over the place in our podcast. Dude, that's just the reality of it. But welcome, Vontae, man. I've been keeping up with. I've been trying to catch up with My Hero Academia, dude. I know they got the new season that came out a couple months ago. I was watching other stuff. I like to power watch all my things. So I finished Kaiju number 8. Love that anime. Hopefully they do a second season. Of course, Solo Leveling, man. I'm just waiting for that second season to pop up. I saw the trailer. Looks amazing. I wonder if I can share. Can I share that stuff on these videos? Because I don't know how copyright and everything works. Well, I'm not monetized, so I don't care about getting paid for this stuff. T Reaper, it was amazing. Definitely a game to pick up if you want an easy 500. Oh, are you talking about the crab game? Or are you talking about Dragon Ball, bro? Yeah, that crab game, man. It hooked me from the jump was just the way the game introduced itself. They did like that National Geographic type of video, and then the lady was talking properly, but what she was talking about was a little bit off. Oh, Dragon Ball. Was it Dragon Ball Z? Okay, okay. I have. Look, dude, I'm too old to be playing fighting games. I figured that out. Dude. When my son was destroying me on Street Fighter, I still have fun playing it, dude, but I can't hang with people online anymore. I shouldn't say that as well because I still buy fighting games. I just haven't played them. Yeah, I'll go check it out, dude. I have the one that released a couple years ago. I love the look of it so much that I bought it. Dragon Ball. Yeah. All right, brother. I'm glad you liked it, dude. I know a lot of people were itching to get their hands on that game, dude. It was trending on social media. So much so that that and Metaphor was going back and forth for a couple days. But I'm glad to see Metaphor did very well. Like I said, I gotta get my physical copy. Man, it just blows my mind that we live in a time where it's hard to get a physical copy of the game, man. I'm old school. You used to walk into the store and buy it, and they'd be waiting for you, man. They knew you were coming in to get it. I don't know about these stores nowadays. I understand the economics of it, the supply chain and all that crap, dude. But at the end of the day, dude, if you want gaming to, we need to get back to good when it comes to gaming. That stuff should be on the shelf when I come in there. Ponte, my save files for Starfield messed up a couple days ago, and none of them were loading anymore. Had to start a whole new life. Sorry about it. Had to start a whole new file again today after I calmed down. Man, dude, I feel for you, bro. Sorry about that, man. Microsoft is usually good about that kind of stuff, but like for the last 2 weeks, man, I've been having problems with my Xbox not launching. Ever since they did that update, and I thought I fixed it because I switched off the Dolby stuff that I can't stand when Microsoft does that, dude. Let me know, but leave my stuff alone and let me give me the option to do it myself. I know why they do it that way, man, because lowest common denominator. But for guys like us, man, they should just let us, you know, I don't know. Sometimes they do things like that, and it's upsetting, man. I feel for you, brother. I just downloaded because I bought on sale the Starfield external hard drive, the one that was made for the game. It was on sale. I thought it was all sold out, that they didn't have it anymore, but it popped up on my Amazon for some reason. It's like $79. I bought it, and then I started transferring all my Bethesda games onto that file, onto that external hard drive, just so I know that it's all Bethesda and I can just pull it up from there to save me space on my internal and my other hard drives, right? Because we run out of space really quickly, especially since I use Game Pass so much. But I hope that it's going to be okay. Now that I've seen what you said, I should probably test it out today. And that's another thing, how everybody's talking about the DLC and how well it's doing and how well it's not doing. I mean, a lot of these guys, dude, I don't listen to because you can tell they don't play the game. Because a lot of people play the game the way that they want to play. In fact, a lot of Bethesda games are like that. So for me, man, I'm not even close to. There's things in the game I have to do to get to the point where I could play the DLC, and I'm not even close to that because that's not how I play the game. I spend a lot of my time just cruising around my ship and exploring planets, walking around for hours just because, and that's the way I enjoy it. That's what I liked about Skyrim. Skyrim, I hardly played the main storyline, dude. I just walked in the world. It was amazing to me that they could make these worlds and make them so expansive. Um, and that's the way I enjoy these games, and Starfield so much so, man, because I feel like it feels the fantasy within me. Like if we were able to travel distances and go to different planets and moons and stars and stuff like that, right? That I like that emptiness and the void in space, which some people don't like, right? Because it seems, that's why people say it's boring. It's not that it's boring. It's just the way that they made the game. It might be boring for that person, but for me, I love it, dude. I love being in the ship and just cruising around, feel that need. And then they try and get you to engage, you know, which is fine with me. You know, I think they have a pretty good balance on that. But we'll see, man. We'll see how the game expands. But I feel for you, brother. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I don't like that. You know, now I'm kind of worried when I start mine up. I mean, I spent so much time just exploring planets, dude. That would be that was my goal, to go to every single planet in the system, regardless of the storyline. And I did some of the storyline, which is pretty cool. I mean, you kind of have to like, you know, improve your character and get some of the stuff that you see other people have. So I went through that process. But man, dude, I feel for you, brother. I feel for you. I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody, dude. That sucks. Faded Blades. There's not that much gaming news other than ponies coping and seething over PS5 Pro over a PC. Yeah, and that's another thing I've noticed too. Faded Blades, because I mean, it's kind of one and done with the ponies, right? From the Xbox perspective, as an Xbodian, right? I mean, now I guess they have bigger fish to fry than the PC guys, but trust me, man, PC guys don't play that game. I mean, it's almost like apples and oranges. If they want to do that, that's fine with me, dude. I see like people who are predominantly PC channels just roasting them. I don't watch the videos, but I just see it in the title. I did watch Fratanga. Had a video. He popped up on my. I think somebody shared something with me, and then I went and watched the video. And I mean, he's an entertaining guy, kind of funny. But I know that he normally does both sides, right? But I guess the PlayStation guys are just so insufferable that a lot of these dudes are just focusing on them. Right? And it's giving them views and it's giving them content, which is ironic, right? I mean, I think it's funny that they're basically grifting off these dudes because they're butthurt feelings. PlayStation people are like the most insecure people in gaming, man. This is why I can't stand them either. Again, man, if they, I just can't wait for them to die and go away. Like if Sony went third party, that would be awesome. You know, I don't make no bones about it on my channel. You guys know how I feel about PlayStation and their fan base, right? Because the people that own majority PlayStation, they'll have no problem transferring over to Xbox or PC. Right? It's just the people that are like the ponies. That fan base will be the ones hurting, which I'll be all for. I mean, I've been dealing with these guys, like I told you guys, since the Sega days. They're absolutely insufferable, man. I can't stand them, any of them. And I could care less if their consoles around or not. The sooner they disappear, the better, in my opinion. And then it'll be better for us as consumers and fans of Xbox. As number one, we don't have to deal with them, and then Microsoft can just chart the course of where the gaming industry should be going. Because they're doing that right now, but every time, you know, in Microsoft, it doesn't get through their head. I don't know why, but they should just take it over, because the more they let these guys linger, the narrative is never going to change. The perception is always going to be the same. Again, how Microsoft sent that, you know what? Sent that question Q&A to people. Why aren't you developing for our console? Dude, don't even give them that option, man. Just take over, and then people can't ignore. That's what you see happening with Square Enix right now. Or what Sega figured out. Sega Atlas figured out. It's like, hey, you know what? If we want to sell more games, we got to put our stuff in more places. Right? And so, I mean, this, you know, in my opinion, that's how I want Microsoft to speed it along. I saw, man, what's his name? I think it's Xbox Series on X. One of the guys I follow put up the rumor about, again, because of how well Metaphor did on Xbox, the rumblings of Microsoft buying Sega is coming back around. All the insiders and stuff like that. Dude, you guys know how I am. That would be a beautiful day for me, for them to buy Sega, right? So I'm all in on that. But yeah, dude. I mean, look, dude. I mean, I think it's funny, Faded. I that's two communities that I will enjoy watching the combat. T Reaper, yeah. Goku Ultra Instinct was the hardest boss out of all of them, and there was 6 storylines to do. Oh, did they have branching storylines, or did you just like you have to go back in? T, let me know. Yeah, come man, dude. When I played the other game, dude, it was hard. Fonte, literally playing the new DLC for as long as I have, and watching some other streams of the game. Damn near every bad faith criticism has been proven false. Yeah, yeah, 100% agree. Like I'm not even that far along in the game, and I can tell, dude, because it's the same thing. And then they all mimic and talk about. I mean, you're gonna have people copying or saying the same thing every once in a while, but it's like verbatim, right? At this point, it's just like people who take streams of the media and then just put it on. They just loop it, where these guys say the same thing over and over and over again. That's how it is in the gaming community as well. Which is ironic to me, man, because I do talk about stuff on this channel, but for the most part, I don't participate in a lot of things anymore. Because my level of tolerance when I'm trying to enjoy, whether it be stories in comic books, movies, video games, whatever it is, eventually I get to a point where I just don't, I'm not interested, and I just walk away. And that's what I did. Like, for example, the other day I noticed that Kim Possible, the entire series was on sale digitally on the Xbox movie and TV store, right? And so it was like on sale for like $27. I think it was like 35% off or something like that. But this is the complete series, right? For $27.99, I think. And I bought the whole thing, right? And then I watched the first episode, and it reminded me of how good Disney's animation used to be. Like how they used to how they used to produce like really great TV shows and really great content. And I mean, at that time, they were like they were batting above 500, right? You had stories like Recess, a couple other ones that slipped my mind. But I had a younger cousin that used to watch Disney all the time, and I ended up watching these shows. A lot of times I would end up watching her when her mom then was working. And so she would watch these shows, and because she would watch it, I would like either overhear or watch, and I'm talking about like their animation, their live program. Dude, Disney was untouchable back then with their stuff, dude. And I remember like first her watching it, then I started watching it with her and just blown away by how good the stories were. It's classical Disney when they did animation, like with their movies. You could like kids could watch it and enjoy it, and their parents could watch it and enjoy it. Right? And that's what I experienced with that show. Right? Great action, great storylines, man. Pretty humorous, great one-liners, dude. Great character development. They build out the world. It started off in a certain way, and then it just kept on growing and growing. Right? You got to know the characters, you got to love the characters, and this is an animated TV show. Right, and what I did was I ended up buying it digitally, and then I watched the first episode, and from the opening scene to I remember how popular the song was for the opening, and then watched the first episode, and I was like, it was like old hat, man. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is what pop culture is missing right now. This is what writing and entertainment is missing right now. But yeah, Vontae, to your point, yeah, I don't listen to any of these guys. And as gamers, man, it's about the experience. So regardless of what a person feels about it, like unless you trust the person a lot, or maybe the person you're following, you guys have a lot in common, and you can trust that person, right? I always recommend to you guys to just charge yourself first. And then if it's a money thing, like I know that's a problem, and I'm very cognizant of that fact, dude. I just got my electric and water bill, dude. That thing went up another $50, right? And I'm like, dude, man. I couldn't believe it, because like when you look at the bill, right, my usage has actually dropped, right? Because I'm cognizant of the fact, like like if you leave the light on a little bit too long, like sometimes when I close the garage door, right, what I do now is I wait for the door to close, then I click the light bulb off, because what it is the light bulb will stay off, right? Like if you're getting out of your car, the light will stay on, right? So you can make it to the door or whatever, or you have to put some stuff away, which is cool. I think that's a good feature, right? But then it stays on, so if I'm just coming into the house, dude, I'll wait for the door to close, and then I'll just make sure I click that stuff on, because that thing will stay on for a couple minutes. Little things like that you do, right, when you start nitpicking cost. Again, this is why a lot of people are nitpicking the games now, right? They're finding reasons not to buy games because there's so many games that they probably want to play. But since a lot of people are strapped for cash, they're being a lot more selective. And when you become selective, dude, every little thing matters. Like I think most of these guys don't even care about DEI. If I'm being honest, dude, that's just a reason for them not to buy the game. They see DEI and it's like, what's wrong with this? Oh, it's bad? Okay, well, that's off the radar. Faded Blaze, I have a wild theory. Go ahead, Blaze, man. Put it out there, bro. Put it out there. You know how we are here. We'll discuss anything. I'll have anybody on here. And if you want to discuss anything, even if I don't agree with you. It's funny because me and Dea might start doing a podcast where we talk about the Bible. And not just the Bible as a whole, and we might do that, but there's a lot of stuff coming up now about aliens and demons, pre-Diluvian period, right? That's pre-flood, Noah's flood specifically. There's a lot of people sharing content. I've been looking into it, studying it. reading my Bible a little bit more intently. I need to get back into it as I've been falling off. If you're a Christian, you should be reading your Bible every day. And so it has kind of opened my eyes a little bit um, to stuff that I've read like a million times, or as things that I understood. And I don't mean it in some kind of like, dude. Some people go off the wheelbase with that, dude. Again, man, if you're a Christian, you read your Bible, you're gonna get into this stuff. You gotta pray for discernment, especially pray for the Holy Spirit to guide you. Right, you have to do those kind of things. But it's opening my eyes to the possibility of certain things existing and why, and making the connections, right? And that's something me and Dale will probably start talking about. But I gotta get my stuff in order. I would say, and that's kind of funny because I'm more interested in that instead of all the drama that's going on in pop culture because it's absolutely ridiculous. Maybe I'll come back around, like I said, when DEI dies. Um, but again, guys, I'm a pro Xbox channel, and I have to repeat this. So I will keep it 100 with you guys, dude. It's not about my own ideology or my own politics, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're going to participate in this ecosystem, man, you got to be honest about it, right? Does Microsoft does DEI stuff? Yes. Is it on the level of Disney and some of these other companies and studios? No, not by a long shot, right? Microsoft, at the end of the day, is Microsoft, and you'll see that when me and Dea did the video and we were looking at the Halo thing, right? A lot of talk about diversity and stuff like that, but when you look at their company, right, is it as diverse as they want things to be? I'm pretty sure they would love it, but at the end of the day, they're Microsoft, and they need people in those positions who are skilled that know what they're doing. For a lot of this DEI stuff and STEM stuff, which I experienced personally because of my daughter, how they were trying to push her into that, and she didn't want to get into it, and it was hard for her, right, because that affected her scholarships, right? Because if she wanted to be like an engineer or she wanted to be like a biologist or botanist or any of this stuff, it was all plenty of money right there for her to be. But because she's more creative and she wants to do that, it was hard. It was hard for her to look at it. We had to. This is why I was so busy. Right? We had to hunt for this kind of stuff, right? For me, like if you want women to succeed, I say give them whatever or anybody, when man, woman, whatever. If you want people to succeed, let them succeed, man. Give them whatever they want to do. Now there is some things, right, that you have to look at. Like maybe if you're a corporation and you have a scholarship, right, but your scholarship is for your field of interest that'll benefit you. I can totally understand that, right? But if you sit there and you tell me that you want people to live and imagine their dreams, but then you kind of pigeonhole them, right? To me, that's hypocrisy. So, right. So let's see. Oh, yeah, Faded. Let's look at your theory, man. Faded Blaze. We know Donald Trump is winning the election. Most likely, they will clean house in the FTC. What if that gives Microsoft more leverage for more acquisitions? Yeah, and I think honestly, Faded. I think Microsoft is very aware of that. This is why they don't talk about it, right? Microsoft has a government contract with the current government in place right now. Microsoft they're not dumb, and they're a $1 trillion corporation, and there's reasons why. So there's things that they have to take into consideration when it comes to stuff like this. Now, the majority of the people at Microsoft, I believe, still donate to the Democratic Party. Most of them are probably liberal, right? A lot of these guys, this is why I said on previous videos, man, you get what you vote for. The tech industry has been totally decimated. You see a lot of people getting laid off, right? Because at the end of the day, man, all of this stuff is based on economy, right? And when the economy has gone as bad as it has, I know a lot of people in the media don't like to talk about this. That's why I talk about this on this channel. Because at the end of the day, it affects all of us, right? Whether it's something everyday life like paying your bills, or to the hobby that we enjoy, which is what I try and keep it focused on when I do these podcasts, right? Because if you have to pay for food, like I went to Sam's, dude. I bought a less than a cart full of food, man, and that was almost $200, dude. And I hardly bought anything. And the stuff I bought it in bulk because I have to stretch it, right? Like I bought a pack of hamburger. Where I live, that thing used to be here $14 at some stuff. Because remember, guys, when you have Sam's and Costco, you're paying for a membership, and you're buying it wholesale, so it should be cheaper, right? So and it is cheaper, right? But where at least where I live, dude, when you're buying groceries, dude, it's absolutely ridiculous if you go out to a regular store to buy stuff, right? So you have to go, and it shows, man. Because when I went there, normally you go at the time of day that I go early, dude. That place was packed, dude. People was waiting in line to get in that door, right? Because everybody has to shop there so they can stretch their dollar. So I buy a big pack of hamburger, man, like 4 or 5 pounds, right? I think it's like 20, 24, $25, right? And then all I do is I just section off those pieces of hamburger. For dinner last night, I made hamburger and cream of mushroom. Really simple, right? All you do is just fry up your hamburger. Preferably use olive oil, right? A real olive oil, dude, that will help you guys that have inflammation like me. Uh, so you just fry it up real quick, right? You drain it, right? Then you just wash out your pot, put the hamburger back in. You take a big can of cream of mushroom, right? That my friend gave me, right? Because she was cleaning out her mother's house and she brought some canned goods in there, right? She didn't want it to expire. She asked the guys at work, hey, do you guys want to take these, Because they have enough at their own home. So I took the big can of cream of mushroom because I knew I was going to make this hamburger cream of mushroom. And I just dumped that in there. Fill that whole can up with water, right? It's a 1-for-1 thing. Pour the water in there and just let it bring it up to a boil, right? Mix it. Then you just drop it to low, let it sit for like 15, 20 minutes, and then it's ready to eat. So I will say, though, if you let it sit overnight, the next day it tastes even better, right? Because it allows the hamburger and the cream of mushroom to kind of really soak it all up and everything like that. So you get the best of both worlds. Simple, thing, takes more than 25 minutes tops. Really simple, easy dish to make. What I normally do is I put mixed vegetables in there, right? But my kids like to eat it straight up with the rice, which is I'm fine with, man, because rice will stretch that dish out, dude. In Hawaii, we eat rice, and there's a reason why we eat rice. A lot of it is because, like, growing up, dude, you need to have money, man. That rice will stretch a meal. Right? So that's what I'm talking about, right? That's the kind of things you got to take into consideration, right? And you're doing all this. Meanwhile, Metaphor Fantasio drops at $70, and then you're like, dang, $70 for that. After I bought a week, maybe I can stretch this to almost 2 weeks until my next payday. All the food that I bought, right? I can maybe stretch it 2 weeks, week and a half, probably more than likely, right? So maybe I can stretch it that way, and then bam, $70 here. And I'm looking at the collector's edition, which is 150, right? And this is why, right? I talk about this kind of stuff, man. It has real world consequences. Faded, man. Let me know if you ever want to come into the podcast, dude. You just gotta hook up on Twitter. I can send you a link, man, if you want to talk about this stuff. I'm more than happy to talk about this stuff, dude. Because I know Microsoft is paying attention to this, right? Because the way Trump is, it is, the whole America First thing, make America great again, and all this kind of stuff, dude. He'll probably, if it's my understanding that if I'm thinking the way he's thinking, dude, the FTC won't have this much power. In fact, he wants Elon Musk to come in as part of his cabinet, and they're just gonna, he just wants to cut federal government. If you follow me on X, you guys know how I feel about this kind of stuff, dude. The government is just way too big, man. Limited government. I'm a limited government kind of guy. Small government is better. It's more efficient, right? Because the way government works, man, you have these processes that need to come into place because you got to make sure everything is in order, right? Like the purchases you make, the way the money's spent, and that's what you don't have right now. This is why news will come out where these guys have lost billions of dollars, man. They don't know where it went. And I'm not saying that people are stealing the money, which they might be, right? But then you can't answer, right? So if you can't answer that, you can't fix the problem. So one way to fix it is to cut everything. Because these guys, dude, if you guys didn't know this, I'm glad you brought this up, Fede, because we can talk about it. If you guys didn't know this about the FTC or a lot of these agencies within the federal government, a lot of these guys are not voted for. You don't vote for these people. You vote for the people who appoint them. And this is why you have a lot of groupthink in politics. Like if you're wondering, you might like I'll just use Kamala Harris, right? Say like you like Kamala Harris and whatever she stands for, like this one thing that you like, right? But then you have like 10 things you can't stand that she does, right? And then you're like, well, I like that she does this, but I don't like the other 9 things. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's about what the party thinks. It's about what the people that support them think. It's about all the lobbyists and all these other people, right, that have a certain thought process. This is why it's odd, right, when you see a lot of people looking at the politicians now and they come across as anti-American because they do things that are not in the best interest of America, the country, and the people. We the people, right? Just to put that out there. But yeah, I 100% see that. I think they should just abolish all these. I mean, how many of you guys actually watched this FTC thing when it came to Microsoft buying AKB? There was no reason for them to block that. In fact, the things that the FTC stand for, which is supposed to be for us, the consumer, that was a good deal for the consumer. Microsoft buying them. Now, when you're future casting about it, could Microsoft become the big bad? Yes. But for currently what they're supposed to do, what they stand for, the way they're supposed to support the consumer and protect the consumer, that was a done deal. That case shouldn't have happened. And all that did was it just cost us a lot of government tax money, or the tax money. Well, there is no government money that cost us tax money, right? All the time and effort wasted into that. Now we can't control what happens in the CMA. You can't control what happens overseas with the European League. But the sad thing about it is there were the European Union, right, was more proactive than the FTC, which is in America, which we're supposed to be a free market society. Yeah, so yeah, great point. I think so. I mean, I think you'll see them. I think that's what they're waiting on. And I'm not saying that they're gonna just open up the pocket and buy everybody, but I know they want to buy more people, right? You see the writing on the wall, and they want to buy more people, and so this will be a good thing for them. Even though probably most of their employees will vote for Kamala Harris. Just being honest. I was just about to mention Elon Musk. Yeah, dude. You saw what he did with X, right? Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. Oh, hey, what's up, brother? He bought you there? He bought in.
Yeah, what's up? Give me a sec.
Hey, sorry, man. Happy belated birthday, brother. Hold on one second. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, brother's on mute. Yeah, okay. He bought in the house. But Faded, if you ever want to jump in, let me know. But,
Give me a sec. I'm here. Just give me a sec.
To your point with Elon Musk, yeah. So you saw what he did with X, right? What he did, he just came in and cut everybody. It's funny. There's a picture that they shared on Twitter when it was called Twitter of the people that got fired and the people that he kept. And the people that got fired, they look like people that, HR. And, the guys who do the videos, like, okay, I'm coming into work. I'm going to have my mocha frappuccino. And I'm going to go to my meeting at 9 and then my yoga class at 11. Right? You see those people on one side, and then the people that actually do the work that keep it moving, man. They all look like what you would think a programmer would look like, right? The guys who work on the servers, right? Just the most geekiest of geekiest people, right? And he came in and did that, and then right now, dude, that is the place to be when it comes to social media, and if you want to get your news and information. And I'm not saying it's perfect or that people aren't out there spreading misinformation. That's what everybody's where we, But then you have all these government politicians coming in. They're like, oh, we need to regulate this stuff on both sides, both Republicans and Democrats, right? The Democrats way more, but the Republicans, there's guys that said that kind of stuff too. And I'm sitting there going, no, it's none of your business to regulate anything. Just keep your trap shut. Try and figure out how to actually put a budget together, what you guys have not done in I don't know how many, 10 years, a decade, that these guys have never put a budget, which is constitutional, by the way. There's stuff that they need to be worrying about with their own job, let alone everything else that's going on around them, which they have no control over. There's a reason why a lot of these guys become politicians, because they can't function in a corporate world. A lot of these politicians, if you look at them, though, these are the people that irritated you in high school. The guy that has something to say, or the hall monitor wanting to not minding their business, wanting to know what you're doing. That's all politicians are. So he comes in there and does that, dude. And that's why everybody's scared about a Trump presidency, right? Trump's already put these people on blast, dude. There's stuff that he's going to release. Dude, I think that I could see people going to jail. I could see industries collapsing, right? This is why, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to be, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm just being honest with you guys, dude. There's a reason why there's been attempts on this dude's life. Right? There's some very powerful people that could possibly be exposed if this dude lets loose with the information that's all out there, man. Just saying. There's a lot of evilness in this world, guys. That's just the reality of it. Pepe Le Pew, I went ahead, ordered PS5 Pro. Anyway. Yeah, Pepe, man. Look, dude, that's your money, bro. That's your time. I mean, I know you play PlayStation, dude. But, a lot of the guys in Xbox community have PlayStation. The problem, again, I have with Sony and what they do, man, it's just their hypocrisy. Right? Because at the end of the day, dude, like, I know you buy a PS5 Pro, you're going to enjoy it. You can even come in here and talk about it if you want to. I don't mind that at all, dude. From a gaming perspective, I have no problem, dude. I just don't like it when I'm playing my game and then these guys come over and tell me this game sucks. And I'm like, why do you think it sucks? Or it's a bad game. Or it got bad scores. I'm like, well, do you have an Xbox? No. Do you play Xbox? No. Well, how do you know that the game's bad? that kind of thing, my brother. So yeah, man, dude, more power to you, bro. It's just like T went ahead and got a PlayStation. He likes playing PlayStation. It doesn't. It's no skin off my ass. I'll be honest with you, dude. I mean, but I let you guys know, right? Like you guys, you still come back to the podcast. I let you guys know. Look, dude, I can't stand PlayStation. I'm never gonna buy one, and I mean that. But if you like it, bro, go ahead, bro. I mean, there's some games on there that I know people like playing. That's fine, dude. I just don't like the. I don't like the hypocrisy, especially when these guys don't buy their own games or they don't play the games, right? It's just like me. This is why I put myself on blast here, dude. I have a hard time playing my games, dude. There's just so much games to play on the Xbox side. Yeah, did you say Elon walked into Twitter with the say, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, that was nuts, man. And that's what pisses them off about Twitter. I mean, about Elon. Because a lot of these guys, mostly on the left side, right, they love them, right? Just to let you guys know, man, like Trump and Twitter, or Elon and all these dudes, a lot of these guys aren't like Republicans. Like most of them were liberals, and or they're not Republicans, man. Most of them are Democrat, and in some instances, I think they still are Democrats. Really, they're more liberal leaning. Um, but this is how bad everything's gotten in the country, where you got these people going, they're going to the center, dude. They're not even on the right technically; they're just in the center. They get labeled right wing because they're not in the mind thing, right? They're stepping off the reservation, so to speak, right, and thinking for themselves. I gotta tell you right now, dude. There's a lot of stuff that
Hey, brother, I'm still here. I'm just not ready yet. I'm here though. Give me a second.
no. Take your time, bro. Take your time. We're just shooting, man. This has gotten political, but you know how it is. Which is fine, dude. I don't care, guys. You can talk whatever you want to. But and he did that to prove a point, which he was right, because a lot of people said that he was dead. Most of the people that they fired, dude. I mean, you don't hear about anything anymore, right? It's just continued to carry on, and I think he moved out of San Francisco, man, and I think he's moving to Texas with X. Faded Blaze, that left talk spreading misinformation. Yeah, dude. I mean, everything's misinformation, right? And that's the sad thing about it, Faded Blaze, because a lot of it's just opinion, right? And then that's the problem I have with these guys, because they talk about they like to protect free speech, right? They believe in the First Amendment, which they don't, because the First Amendment covers all speech, all kind of information. What it is now that you, like, if it bothers you that much, it falls upon you to battle that misinformation, right? And they can't do that. Either they don't have the ability, or because they actually believe in their own misinformation, right? It's challenging to do that. Trust me, bro. I'm a Christian, bro. Like, when you talk to people about God and the Bible, right? You have to have your ducks in order, and you have to realize that you can talk to a person, right, about eternity and salvation, all this kind of stuff. Doesn't mean they're gonna accept it. But at the end of the day, it's not about you, man. It's about God. So you gotta put yourself out there, right, dude? I mean, the names I've been called, the stuff I've gone through in my own life. When you talk about the gospel and stuff like that, dude, this is what these people are dealing with right now, because their mindset and their ideology, dude, it's like a religion. And if you don't go along with it, dude, that's where you get excommunicated by these people. That's why a lot of these people used to love Elon Musk, man, but now they kicked him to the side. I got you, brother. I got you. You there? Yeah. So yeah, that's spreading misinformation, Faded. Yeah, that don't work on me. That's for sure. Pepe Le Pew, I want Xbox first. Yeah, brother. That's fine. That's fine, man. You're more than welcome here, bro. I don't hold it against anybody. Yeah. The way it works for me, dude, like, especially whether it's gaming, pop culture, politics, anything like that, I don't leave people, man. People leave me. I don't block people. I don't kick people to the curb. The only thing I've done is, like, I've cleaned up my timeline every once in a while, because it's just the same thing repeating over and over again, and I want my timeline to be a certain way, right? Like when I put information out, like some of the stuff I put on my timeline, I don't necessarily, might not be that I agree with it or not. It's just that I want to put information out there. Right? So that's the way I am. I've had people step away from me because of my political views, my religious views, how I view things. Um, and they walk away from me because they know that I'm staunch in what I believe. They say closed-minded. I'm just like, no, dude, that's principle with me. And we can agree to disagree, and then some of these guys, they step away. Don't worry, Hivan, I'm here, bro. As soon as I see you, I'll pop you back in. I know connection is an issue. The internet where I'm living, man, I don't know what's going on with it today. Shinzo Elite. I'm happy with my PS5. Don't see a need for the Pro. Xbox still my main though. Yeah, Shinzo, no worries, bro. No worries, man. That's how I used to be too. I was a multi-console gamer. You had to be. If you wanted to play every good game, you had to have all the consoles, right? Because some consoles have better games or have the games that you want to play that the other consoles didn't. This is why like exclusive matter back in the day, right? Because you just wouldn't get Mario, man, but you love platformers, so you'd have to buy Nintendo and play Mario. My favorite being Super Mario World when that came out. That was like my favorite Mario game. And then of course I had a Genesis, so Sonic when Sonic hit, I was all in on Sonic. Right up into the PS3, I owned up into the PS3, I owned every single of the three. I'll be specific because when I say that, I gotta keep in mind like guys like Sega Man and stuff like that. These guys own multiple, like all the other consoles. Right? Like my friend had a Neo Geo, man. He actually bought it back when that thing was like $1,000 and the games were $500. That's how hardcore he was. So when I talk about all consoles, I'm talking about Nintendo, Sega, Xbox, and PlayStation. Not the Panasonic or the Atari Jaguar or anything like that. Held off on 5 for Pro. Yeah, yeah, no worries, bro. But I mean, one of the good things is at least the people who want to get it to actually play it and not scalp it. I hear it's still available. So if you want to get a PS5 Pro, you can. I see people doing videos of it. And there's a console world component to it. I understand that. But if you're a fan and you want to, this is what irritated me about Xbox with the Master with the Halo. I wasn't able to get the Halo limited edition console. I wasn't able to get a controller. I wasn't able to get anything. Dude, I tried to get it online, dude, and people, the scalpers, um, snatched them up, dude, and they was charging like thousands of dollars for this stuff. I'm like, dude, you're high. I'm not paying that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel you, bro. Like, if you're a true fan, if you're a true gamer, man, I have no problem with that at all. Shinzo Lee. I don't like Sony as a company, but I like some of the exclusives. I usually get them secondhand. Yeah, dude. I mean, I think a lot of people do that, right? Even the Sony guys, right? I mean, so like for example, right? There's only so much games that you can get. Let's be honest, dude. There's so many games that came out just in the last week alone, right? Like I've kind of shifted. I'll pick up Metaphor if I can find a physical copy again where I live. I want to pick one up. But for the rest of the games I'm buying for the last couple weeks, you had the Plucky Squire, that game Drudge. There's this other game that I'm thinking about, the Killer Knight. There's some games like they're more on the indie side. They range anywhere from like $9.99 to $24.99 regular price. There's some stuff that Humble Games dropped that I want to pick up. I try and support the guys who support Xbox. That's where my gaming dollar is kind of going. But I mean, look, dude, we just can't afford it. Like I said, dude, I just said, man, Sinzo, I went to Sam's Club yesterday, man, and I dropped about $200, dude, on just regular items that I needed for my house, dude. I couldn't believe it. Right? Everything just keeps on going up and up, and there's nothing you can do. So look, dude, if you got the money and you can afford it, I look, that's I understand, dude, but there's people that have money in this world, dude. I don't have any hate or jealousy towards people like that. Some people got it like that, and that's fine, right? Keep the industry going, man. Buy a day one, go buy that $175 collector's edition. We all benefit when you spend your money in the gaming space, right? So I'm talking more or less like the people like us, man, who have to balance our budgets and stuff like that. Shout out to King David, man. He was talking about that too, and he has a big channel. A lot of people follow him, man, and I appreciate that message you put out there, dude. Like, it's not just about balling when it comes to your hobbies and stuff like that, man. You gotta be smart, dude. You can't afford every single thing, man. Even if I was loaded, man, if I was like a billionaire, dude, I would be selective, right, about the stuff, man. Because when you're talking about cost, then you also got to talk about time. When are you gonna have the time to buy all this kind of stuff? And trust me, man, Microsoft knows all this stuff. Xbox knows all this stuff. This is why you have Game Pass, guys. Don't ever feel guilty about not being able to pick up a game day one. Just do your homework, man. Realize what you want to do. For somebody like me, it's hard sometimes because I do what I feel, right? So even though I shouldn't be buying games, man, and I feel like playing something, like I picked up this game. It was like a real it was like an indie game, like an indie of indie games. But I watched the video and I was like, man, it looks like so much fun, and I just bought it. And it's like $9.99, right? It wasn't super expensive, but again, right, that's probably not in my best interest to pick up a game because I spent like 4 or 5 days playing that game, and the first day I bought it, dude, I spent like 5 hours on that game. That's how addictive it was, man. And I just played it throughout the week. Right? And that's the struggle right now. It's not just money, but it's time. Shinzo said, "Yeah, if I hadn't already gotten the base model, I'd have gotten the pro as well." Yeah, I hear people talking about that, Shinzo, in comment section. Yeah, they're kind of upset about that. That they didn't think that if they would have known there was going to be a pro, they wouldn't have got the 5. I mean, just to let you guys know, just if you see how the gaming industry is going with their hardware, I know Microsoft held off, which I thought was very smart of them. They don't really need to be doing another console because nobody's buying consoles on that level. I would have no problem with Microsoft doing another model within the series consoles of the Xbox series of consoles. If but money's tight, man, and people aren't buying consoles on that level. This is why I don't sweat a lot of this stuff when people are talking about sales, because I know the economy is bad across the board. People aren't just not buying video games. People are not going to movies. Comic books are basically dead. Um, Anime, like if you watch anime and stuff, you got stuff like Crunchyroll, but this is how Netflix is stepping in and coming in and filling gaps, right? Because anime and manga is still very popular right now, right? I told you guys I went to go watch Transformers Generation 1 in the theaters, man. It was awesome. I loved it. But at the end of the day, man, that's Hiba, bro. I see you. I keep on clicking, but you keep on disappearing. At the end of the day, man, it cost me almost $60, dude. I could just wait for it to come home and buy it day one. Brother, you there?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Yeah, I know. I think we're having a connection problem. It could be on my end, dude. I had a problem with my service.
No, well, I'm moving around. You know how it is.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
going on? How are you?
Just doing an online chat, dude. Sorry, I couldn't hook up with you last night.
What was it? I saw the message talking about your mic. What happened with the mic? What?
Well, my headphones, man, would not. It couldn't turn on.
Oh, okay.
And so I was trying to charge it, and I noticed that the charge, normally the light will come on to indicate that it needs to be charged. Like if it needs to be charged, it'll be red. And
Okay.
It'll be
right.
There's nothing. I think it's broken. I think it just died.
Which ones are you talking about? Which headset? Ones?
I have the and which one is that, dude? I have the Turtle Beach, man. Like this is the high end.
Right.
I made it a point to buy. Like when I buy my headsets now, I'm gonna make sure they're like really good. And I've had them for a couple years, man. And so I don't know. Maybe it's just that. Even my Xbox, bro. My Xbox right now, dude. It's like sometimes it doesn't turn. Like it'll turn on, but the screen won't pop up.
Right.
My Series X. And it was ever since Microsoft released that update for the Dolby.
Yeah.
So I went in and I had to reset my console, like total reset, dude. I had to unplug my TV even. I did all of that. And then I was able to get, but now ever since then, man, and then I went into the settings, turned it all off, right? Because it'll detect it automatically. Like if I'm playing a game as opposed to I'm watching a movie, right? And so I was able, but now like the other day, dude, it had the same problem. So I had to disconnect the power, and then it reset. And look, I know Microsoft is doing stuff beyond the scenes. I know that they're prepping up for the.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this, man, but the cloud service is coming in for Call of Duty.
Yeah. I saw the tweet.
Yeah, so and they're dropping all kind of news, little tidbits and stuff. Very positive for Xbox, which means tomorrow, the media will take it and then.
So they announced also the preview, like the show with the smaller companies.
Yeah,
that they do. For the preview developers game show or something like that, where they show partnerships, I guess.
Yeah, their partnership preview.
With other developers that are smaller, I guess. They're doing like a showcase, I'm assuming.
I don't know. I think they might have. Like, looks like they're going to show Sega's newest.
It's the showcase they're doing, but for the smaller independent studio.
Yeah, I seen.
They announced it on Twitter.
Yeah. In fact, I'm looking at the story right now. I just hate comicbook.com, so I'm trying to find another article. I hate comicbook.com.
I fucking hate IGN. Every time in Digital Foundry that something's done, they always try to make a negative Xbox or trying to stir the pot for the fucking PlayStation fam. That's what I
Yeah,
fucking hate.
it's always like a backhanded comment, right?
Dude, as soon as they fucking mention about what they're doing with Halo and how they're trying to bring it to Unreal Engine 5, or they're going to, they said it was because the Slip Space engine basically is still based off the older engine since Halo 3. So they kept reconstructing it, rebuilding it for modern day, modern gen hardware. But because of that process, it would take them a lot longer, right? To develop the game and finish it. That's why it took long for Halo 5 and also for Infinite, as they explained, right?
Yeah.
So immediately they're running with the fucking thing. That's like real quick. They're running with the, oh, but the technology is because, that means it could run on, since Sony got shares and stakes on Epic, and because this runs on every other platform, that means that they're getting ready to bring Halo to PlayStation 5. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, dude, fucking Halo will never go to any other console. The only reason it goes to PC is because I keep telling people that PC is not in the console realm, not the same space. PC space, console space, two are not in the same realm. Regardless of how people try to always talk about it, how, oh yeah, it's the same. No, it's not. Console space is very different, okay, than the PC realm. And the reason why the console space is different is because that's where gaming as a whole actually started and stemmed itself at home, right? At home, in people's living rooms, right? So, demographic. But I'm like, bro, you guys like the counter. If you want to use that logic, then I guess since every company uses Havoc, every company uses Simply Gone, a bunch of companies uses technology from Scuff, then that would mean that every game PlayStation makes is coming to Xbox. Then, if you want to use that logic, see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, but they don't use that
Hello,
logic.
you know what I'm saying? Because Havoc and Simply Gone are implemented in every PlayStation game. Go look in back of the box and go look at Uncharted and go look at all their games like God of War and Horizon, and they all have Havoc technology or Simply Gone technology in the games because they're owned by Microsoft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they don't mention that. They're all because it's Unreal Engine 5, I mean it's gonna come PlayStation 5, yeah. No. Microsoft is not stupid. That's the mascot of the Xbox console. He is the epitome of what Xbox represents as a console, as a brand, right? They're not going to put their flagship character mascot on any other platform because that's the identity of Xbox. Oh, but they've been putting every other game they put is games that they do not own, like in the case of Ori, Ashen, Super Lucky Tales, and fucking goddamn Cuphead. That was the developer that requested, can we please bring it to another console? And they did. They allowed them to do it, but what was the caveat? Once the developers of Cuphead, for example, which was it's Studio MDHR, and then the developers of Ori, which is Moon Studios, once they came to Xbox with that request, they said no problem. But the caveat is that we're not going to publish none of your future games. You're going to have to find another publisher. Hence why you haven't seen any of those companies make new games, and the new game that the Moon Studios is making, you see how long it's taking them because they're under a different publisher now. You see what I'm saying?
You make your bed, you have to sleep in it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Right. So that's what that was the term. No problem. But this is what we got to do. It's the same thing like when they help PUBG come and bring the developers of PUBG bring their games to consoles. and then they wanted to put it everywhere else. It came to Xbox first. The same way they did with Power World. They helped the developer Power World put the game on their, dedicated servers, help it run better on consoles. And now, we put it on PlayStation 5. Whippy! You see what I'm trying to say? These people don't understand. Microsoft helps the industry and helps developers. But that's the reason why they do what they do. And then they put those games or allow those games somewhere else. Indiana Jones, clearly, they don't own the IP. More than likely, Disney made those, requirements where you got to go and put the game somewhere else because they don't own the IP. You can have it timed exclusive and then put it on PlayStation, maybe 6-7 months down the road. Microsoft doesn't have nothing Disney wants. You know what I'm saying? In the case of Sony, Disney still wants that Spider-Man movie license. So they can't force them to do shit. So they have to give them something. That's why they got those stupid-ass Marvel games like, Spider-Man or Wolverine exclusive. Because they got something they want. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, for me, man, that stuff's got to stop.
It's leverage. They have leverage on it.
Disney's hurting, man. They're hurting for money.
Yeah, they're hurting, absolutely. But in the case of that situation with the game, is because Sony has leverage on them because they have something they want, which is the Spider-Man movie IP, rights and license. And since they have that, that's why you see that those games are exclusive. The people are stupid. Oh, they put it exclusive if they know that the PlayStation is the premier console to play on. You know what I'm trying to say? When that's bullshit because the games don't sell, they always have low sales, especially based off their entire what you call it, like their entire selling base. Like they're supposed to have 61 million units in the market, and the game will probably sell like 3 million. You see what I'm saying? Listen, you get what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah, it's funny that the economy is really squeezing these guys, but that won't matter anymore. That's why they're struggling so much, or they're panicking. Because everything's going up, man. So
everything's struggling. Look at Ubisoft; they're on the verge, supposedly, of closing down or getting sold. Same thing with fucking Disney. They're not doing well themselves, and it's because of that, because of those stupid deals that they've done, and then Square Enix as well. That's why they decided, we're going to go to Xbox too. Fuck this, we need money.
But for me, like when I look at this stuff, dude, it's all boiling down to cost, right? It costs more money to do those kind of things. And then when you look at the return on investment, it's not there. So, I mean, you make your bid, you gotta lay in it.
Absolutely.
So for me personally, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it because if you're a company, right, and you sit there and you tell me that you want to make money off of the products that you make, you have to give it wide distribution, regardless. Right. Now, whether these guys bought into the fantasy that because PlayStation has supposedly a bigger user base, right? And never did or dotted their I's and crossed their T's to look at, regardless of how the user base supposedly is, how big it is, these dudes don't buy the games on that level, right?
Yeah, because they only play a particular type of game. You know what I mean? They're not, and most of the time, it's like I've said for so long that their user base is also mainly casual, the casual market. Meaning anybody that just buys the console because it's popular. That's why when you look at their chart, most of the games they're playing on PlayStation is Call of Duty, Minecraft, Roblox, what's the other one? Madden, and GTA. Those are like the top 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and it's because of that. Again, it's the casual console market that mainly buys PlayStation. And in the case of Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch, because they'll buy it for their kids, So that's why the numbers are so high as far as sales. But, it infuriates me, man. I keep seeing all these people talking and have no clue. They don't know shit. They talk like they know and throw out some retarded ass suggestions or ideas, and then they'll lie and say, "Yeah, I have an insider that told me this," and you know damn well they have no insiders. They're lying out their teeth. You know what I'm saying? Um, and yet though people go there and believe that fucking bullshit, the rhetoric. Like, bro, listen. Anything that's came over from Xbox was to either help the studio or to try to save the studio, like they did with Pentiment, they did with Ground, even though they did well, and even with Hi-Fi Rush, right? And then of course, CFDs was because Rare. They kept on asking them and asking them. Rare was like, "Yeah, can we bring it over?" Because this is live as a service game, so it would kind of make sense to try to make money somewhere else because it's live as a service style type of game. You keep on putting money and it keeps growing and you keep making money based on how many people keep playing the game. And then Doom has always been multi-plat, and then developer are like, "Oh, can we bring it over?" See, my fucking thing that pisses me off is Microsoft bought these companies and these developers, these publishers. They helped them and saved them because they were on the verge and the brink of bankruptcy, as in the case of Bethesda and Activision. They saved the company. And then the studios and developers, instead of, because they say, "Yeah, we want to give you developers freedom," instead of respecting the fact that they got saved by Microsoft and that have some type of sense of loyalty, they don't do that. "Oh, can we put it here? Can we put it there?" Because they want to get a piece of everywhere. But Sony didn't save you. Nintendo didn't save you. So why the fuck is it that you're so interested in putting it there if they didn't do nothing for your company, they didn't do nothing for you, and they didn't help you? So why are you trying to put it there? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Do you think that's those guys or is it Microsoft? Like the
No, I think it's just the developers are really, they really think, okay, well, because Microsoft said that they want to give us a freedom, developers freedom, we'll just ask them to put it everywhere. But if I bought you and I saved you, you're fucking crazy. You're not going to put nothing nowhere. You put it on my console, my platform, and that's it. If people want to play your games, they got to buy Xbox or get on a PC, play it through PC. That's it. Make it a mandate. I don't give a fuck. You're going to make money regardless because people will buy the console. Trust me. People will be forced and will buy the Xbox and force them to buy it. But Microsoft is like, "Oh, no, we don't want to force you. You want you to do whatever you want." Bro, it's about principle. If you paid for the company and you saved that company, those developers, those publishers, they need to recognize that you were the ones who saved them. That's not how that works. Now, if Sony wants to make a deal with you where they're willing to pay money to you so that you can make it a multi-platform on a title or case-by-case basis, then no, I'm all for it. As long as Sony's paying you to put it on their console. But if they're not paying you, get the fuck out of here with that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, bro, listen, you know you work for the government, right? And you know damn well you go and work for somebody across the pond or another country like Saudi Arabia, and they find out you're fucking flexed. They ain't gonna slap you in the hand and be like, "Oh, it's okay, Sega forever. That's fine. You can do whatever you want." Motherfucker, you're gonna go to jail or you're gonna get something, right? Because that's not how that works. And that's my point. There's no principle and there's no loyalty with none of these developers. And then Microsoft being kumbaya and being so nice, it's almost like they act as if, "Oh, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to do. Microsoft's not gonna mind." That shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? You should know better. But
I'm tired of trying to figure out what Microsoft, specifically Xbox, is doing when it comes to stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Well, it's like I said, they want to give the developers a sense of freedom that they can do what they need to do and not feel tied down, and that they have the freedom to make their games. That doesn't mean go put it somewhere else when they didn't help you. In my opinion, that shit is crazy. That just sends that type of messaging. It's crazy. Like, they didn't help you. You were down in a rut. We helped you. We saved you. But you want to cater to them. You see what I'm trying to say? Microsoft looks at it. Oh, okay. Well, we'll make money over there because when we sell copies of games that are ours from over there, we're still going to make money from them. That's how they see it. But there should be a principle to it because then you sit there and you complain about, well, our hardware sales are not doing as well as we wanted to do. That's your fault because you're not giving the people the reason to have to go buy it no matter what. Because if you're telling them, yo, you got to play Indiana Jones, let's say, and hypothetically, consoles, then you make sure people go out, buy that Xbox during the holiday to play Indiana Jones on Xbox and stop worrying about everybody else. Even though, like I said, the case of Indiana Jones is because they don't own the IP. That's a Disney IP. And I'm pretty sure they probably mandated it. And I also, like I told you before, I also had a feeling that maybe if those ramblings are true, because they haven't really confirmed it, maybe they'll say something in the showcase that's coming out soon. If the ramblings were true that they were working to see if they could bring a lot of the older Activision games via back again into the storefront, and a lot of them, are Disney games like Deadpool and, even the Transformers series, and, the Wolverines and stuff like that. That if that's true, that maybe that was part of the deal where they're like, okay, we'll allow you to bring these games back, via the Xbox consoles. But since Indiana Jones is a big AAA game, we wanted to reach out to more people, quicker. You got to put it on the other console, or on your other competitor, which would be PlayStation, right? Unless that's one of the mandates they did. You see, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know, dude. They own their property. I don't know why they would have to do that.
Right. Well, it's like the next thing I'm thinking is like, okay, well, Blade was announced for Xbox, right? Why wouldn't it be okay for Blade to be exclusively only on Xbox if PlayStation has Wolverine and Spider-Man, right? Why wouldn't it be okay for Blade to be exclusive on Xbox if Nintendo has Ultimate Alliance 3? You see what I'm saying, brother?
No, yeah.
So why are they allowed to have a Marvel licensed game exclusive, but Microsoft is not? You see? If that's going to be the case with Blade, that's stupid because Blade will sell consoles too. If it's exclusive, it will sell Xbox. People will buy it to play Blade. But the first thing that's going to come to the forefront is, don't worry, it's coming to PlayStation. They're putting all their games on PlayStation. When they're not, they're just putting, stuff that doesn't belong to them on a game-by-game basis, right?
Maybe this is Xbox Care Bear policy. Right.
You said
They
Care Bear policy?
They want everybody to get along. We're all in gaming together. I mean, it's ridiculous to me. I agree with you.
You mean the Care Bear policy you said?
Yeah, the Care Bear policy.
You're fucking terrible. Oh my god.
No, because I agree with you, man. I was like, why not keep Blade? Like you said, they have the original IP.
Dude, Starfield. People went out and bought Xbox for Starfield. You saw it. The numbers were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the people do it when Halo comes out. Like, you can't be that. Your marketing department can't be that oblivious or that naive. I really doubt it. You're fucking Microsoft. You should have the best of the best in every department, even though I know that's not the truth. But there's no way you can't tell me that you don't see that. Like, they fucking went and did, here's this Indiana Jones custom console, but it's only through a sweepstakes. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, how dumb can you be? You make that available to the whole public as a pre-order, or based off how many pre-orders you get, you make that many and produce that many, right? And instead they're like, it's through a sweepstakes. Like, so on top of sharing the game, you couldn't even give us a custom console or custom anything. Controller, that controller is gorgeous. It's black with the gold, metallic gold on the back, and on the D-pad, on the thumbsticks, on the bumpers, on the triggers. You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, give us something. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. There's a lot of things they don't do that I'm surprised they haven't come
That
around to
makes
yet,
sense.
especially when it comes to their like console. Like for me, it's just like okay, I can order a custom controller. Why can't I order customization for a console? Or why can't I have peripherals right for my console? Like stuff like that that they don't do. I don't understand why. And then
You saw for Redfalls, they did 5 different controllers. And you can get the regular or even an Elite series with those controllers, which is great because that's promoting the game. That means people are going to go out and buy it and spend more money because you're promoting the game that is yours. So why not do it with other big titles? If Indiana Jones is your holiday title, why not do that? You see what I'm saying? Or give us a fucking Indiana Jones rap like they did with Starfield. Do something. Like, what the fuck?
you know the thing about Redfall with the controllers, right? When Microsoft does things like that, dude, it's almost like they bet on the wrong horse, right? Because
Right.
Redfall got so much hate that it basically just killed that franchise. We talked about it on this podcast. I mean, for me, I mean, there's some stuff they could definitely tweak to expand it, but it looks like they're not going to do anything with it. You know what I'm saying? So, you spent the time to do the controllers. It's like again, there should be figures. This thing should be franchised out. You should be selling the rights to this stuff for other companies to use to put on their products, right? And none of that's going to happen now because Microsoft refuses, right, to take seriously the hate that they get within this gaming community, right? And until they address that, in my opinion, until they address that, dude, this is what we're going to have to deal with, right? Shoulda, woulda, couldas, with Microsoft as a company, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the hate they get, they look at it as like, that's no big deal. Let me get the
Yeah. I mean, look, Leaf, when you have Microsoft backing you with $3 trillion, maybe that's the attitude that you can have. Like I'm pretty sure if me and you are both billionaires and somebody stepped on our shoes, and then we'd be like, whatever, dude, I'll just go buy another pair, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you're that type of mentality, right? But meanwhile, dude, while they sit on up, I said this last podcast, while they sit up on high
my brother.
on when they sit up on high on Mount Olympus, right? It's the rest of us down here on all the plebes down on the bottom that's got to deal with this.
But it should also be situational. You know what I mean? Like, okay, somebody accidentally stepped in your shoes. That's not a big deal. It's an accident. It happens, right? You can clean the shoes or you can buy a new pair, whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
Certain things you can't fix. Now, if somebody goes and slaps your mother in the face, you can't fix that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. And Sony's done that to them multiple times.
Yeah.
And then they go and say, and they're like, hey, Sony, we love you. Just gonna bend over and you just kiss your ass. Bend over, we'll kiss your ass again, no problem. You get what I'm trying to say?
Well, that's what I mean. They're so oblivious or nonchalant about it. Meanwhile, like we're all here. This is why I detach from that. When it comes to Microsoft, I understand that they're gonna do things a certain way, and that's fine. So when I look at Xbox and I look at Microsoft, right, I'm like, okay, so what are you doing for me now? That's how my attitude has kind of changed and focused around how I participate in the ecosystem, right? So I'm like, okay, so what are you doing for me now as a consumer? Not a fan. I'm a fan, but what are you doing for me as a consumer? And this is why you see a lot of people pushing back now. It's like, okay, why do they get this and we don't get that? Why is it this on this console and then it's not the same on the console that I already own that I purchased? Or why these news stories about the whole crap with Saudi Arabia comes out, right? This is like you say all the time, and I said it in the last video I did. This is the perception that they've allowed, to kind of control the narrative about what goes on in the gaming industry, especially from the perspective of Microsoft and Xbox. I mean, and what can you do about it? Nothing, right? I'm just happy. Like, hey, Sarah Bond, I get to see Sarah. She's talking about 1,400 people supporting Xbox across the board in Asia. I see Game Pass is still on fire, right? I'm paying the amount that I'm willing to pay for what they're giving me. I was able to get this game on sale, right? Oh, they got a new clear controller coming out. That's what I have to focus on, right? Because you can't, if you let all the noise in, then you're gonna end up turning like a Tim Dog and Crap Gamer, right? Like those two guys.
I mean, I just keep calling him out and telling him, like, yo, what are you doing? but not in a dumb, ignorant. The way a crap gamer approaches things, the way that Mooch approach things, the way that Tim Dog approach things, they're doing it like little kids in kindergarten. You get what I'm trying to say?
Well, I know for Mooch and crap, dude, I never, I
And
had
they
no good.
weren't genuine to begin with. At least not Mooch and crap. Right? But
But
Tim
when you
Dog,
have somebody like Tim Dog, who is towing
mhm.
the line and carrying the water for years, and I mean, and then I'll give him credit for this because he is known and he is out there putting himself out there, and he did get a lot of the heat, right? So it's just over time, dude. Look, anybody's going to get tired, everybody's going to get worn down till he finally flipped. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, I can understand a little bit more and maybe be a little bit more sympathetic towards him because of all the stuff that's going on, right? But in for him, like that was the last straw, right? Because at
Mhm.
the end of the day, dude, you're just constantly bombarded with this kind of stuff, right? So you got to find a way to deal with it, right? And his idea of dealing with it was to flip, which I'll never do. I'll never. I don't care what happens, dude. I'll walk away before I flip. That's not in my DNA, but I'm just saying that's the reality with a lot of these guys. And I gotta say, Microsoft, hey man, you gotta realize what's going on, man, and you just can't rely on statistics data. I have no problem with that. Statistics data and sending out questionnaires. And I don't know if they did that on purpose, man. They might have disconnected themselves on purpose from us, from the community. I mean, that's what it seems like. They don't get involved in stuff
They
like they used to.
don't give nobody answers no more. It's like they don't even talk to the community. It's Bob.
Yeah,
I'm like, I get it because what they're doing is they're distancing themselves because they see all the dummies that like to talk negative in a stupid way,
yeah,
and they see that, so they think everybody's trying to do the same thing. But real Xbox fans are not doing that. We're trying to reach out and tell them, look, why this and why that in a logical, comprehensive manner that makes sense and how you ask the question because we deserve answers as their consumers, right?
yeah. They'll never give it to us, though.
And since they accustom us to kind of give us answers, you know what I'm trying to say? Because I guarantee you, if I got up there and I said, well, you know what? Not for nothing. I don't know why you guys keep giving Sarah Bond so many positions and so many titles if Sarah Bond don't even put up gameplay on Twitter, so you don't really know if she's a gamer, right? I guarantee you, if I did that, Phil Spencer would come and answer and say something real quick.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
But yeah, when you're asking them legitimate questions like, hey, Phil, why is it that you keep on not putting your titles that are first party on disc because you're acting as if digital only exists, and yet you're saying that the physical media gamers that you're not forgetting about them, but yet you're still showing that you're really not catering either to them, and yet you still keep using 50 gig disc as opposed to 100 when PlayStation uses 100. When they a company with less money than you, less resources, less capabilities, and yet they're doing it, but you're not. So that you can have real game preservation on the actual disc, and you can print out maybe 2 or 3 discs to put the whole game in there, the way that they did with Alone in the Dark and Boulder's Gate, for as an example, instead of putting Space Marines on one disc, and because of 2 gigs, it's not all on the disc. I still got to rely on the internet. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you answer these type of questions, it's like
Crickets.
one ear into the other. Yeah, it was like they did a fucking some type of update where it fucked with the game DVR recording in 4K on the Xbox. So every time you record, after you do like 2, maybe 3 games, it tells you a message of, oh, this hard drive is not quick enough to capture in a higher quality video quality. In other words, in 4K. When the hard drive I have is 3.1, which is more than enough in speed for what it requires. So it's like a bug that it has. So every time you do like 2 or 3 recordings, you got to take it out, go to the computer, empty it out, reformat it, and then do it again so that you can actually record more games over again. And I asked the question to see if they could look into it, and no one answered. No one said a word.
Well, I mean, that's what they do, right? Which is not, they don't do anything. It's kind of like they have a direction that they want to go and they just focus on that. Just like, oh, just real quick, Sega man, no worries, bro. Next time. Just kind of did this on the fly. So no worries, dude. Don't stress. And Two Man says happy birthday, Diva. And boom, right there. Okay.
Oh, thank you, too, man. I appreciate it.
All right, we're caught up with the chat.
Yes, I appreciate it. I had a rough birthday. I wasn't feeling well all day yesterday.
Oh, you sound good today, dude.
I'm managing it. I feel heavy. My head feels heavy because I had a lot of dizzy spells.
Oh yeah, I hate those.
I'm having a hard time bringing down my sugar levels. Like I'm really having a hard time. Even though I'm eating everything I'm supposed to not bring it up, it still keeps going up. And I don't want to get on insulin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel it.
So it's pissing me off. It's pissing me the fuck off, dude. But yeah. So it's like, so it's like, for example, okay, you decide you're not going to do a mid-gen cycle because the Xbox Series X still has a lot of capabilities and kind of future-proof still to continue moving forward for the rest of the generation, right? No problem. You made the right decision, in my opinion. No problem. But then here goes Monkey told Sony and do some stupid shit. They're doing a mid-gen cycle refresh that really is not worth the money, but nevertheless, they're doing it, right? Because they want to continue to have more wiggle space to last the rest of the generation, because the PS5 by itself just doesn't have enough hardware architecture to keep being competitive for another 3 years, for example, right? So they do that, and then they come and be like, oh yeah, by the way, the game that we got, we're gonna make a PS4 5 Pro, patch for the game. Not taking into consideration. And so that means that there's a possibility, even though the Series X is future-proof, that you can make a better version for a competing platform. Even though you have your other 40 million console owners on this side that paid for the Series X day one, and you chose not to do a mid-gen, okay, we get it. But you want to make the game better for another platform, even though no one in the industry used the Series X the way it was meant to be used to keep it parity with PS5. And even with the Xbox One X, when it came out, nobody was using it to keep it parity for the PS5 because they were saying it wasn't fair because the PS5 wasn't strong enough, or the PS4 also. You know what I'm trying to say? They didn't want to use it and do the right thing, but you're going to go and do it yourself and use the power or extra power, whatever, to make a better version of the game and sell it to them. When all this time, not a bunch of developers haven't kept that same consistency and respect and plain out professionalism to actually use the Series X right to make the games better on Series X, because they were more worried about PS5's version. You get what I'm saying? And then you don't want your consumer to be angry. That's the reason why. Because this is the little things that they do that just like, yo, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, why do you keep helping the other side and feel like you help them more than you do your actual consumers here on Xbox? You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but that's what it looks like or feels, right?
I mean, I will say this: I don't think they do it with malicious intent, but they don't think. They're not thinking when they do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you. But that's a bad look. But from their perspective, all they care about is they look. That's why they've got the moniker of third party publisher, because this is something that a third party publisher, if they're being honest, like you said, or doing things the right way, like they're supposed to, this is something a third party publisher would do.
Yeah.
So, 100% agree with you, man. I think it's a bad look. I think it's bad for us as consumers. I mean, what you'll do is you just have people like us who support Xbox and the ecosystem, and you allow people like us to just go to the gamers and the developers that do take advantage of the system, right? The way it's supposed to. That's what I do now. Like the game Stray came over. Now Sifu came over. I tried it. But for the most part, when games that don't come to Xbox come over, even if it's a Game Pass, they go to the back of the burner for me.
Right.
I will buy games. This is why I always promote Humble and 505 and stuff like that. People focus.
That's always took by the side of Xbox. I get it. Yeah. I mean, a couple of games came out. Sifu came out. Stray came out.
But I think one of those games came out for us, and it was super cheap. And you know what I did? I didn't buy it. I went and bought the full price game from Nakon. Oh yeah, it was a RoboCop. I went and bought RoboCop full price.
Right.
Instead of, right, because I want to support you, because you know what? You guys are always here for us. That's what I do to deal with all this kind of stuff, if I'm being honest. I use the power of the consumer, is what I do. Right? Because we can't leave the ecosystem, bro, because we're already knee deep in it. Right? And I'm not saying we are, but you know what I'm saying? We have hundreds of games. I know you have probably thousands of games, both digital and physical. I know I have like around 700 digital, and I know I have like about 100 because I sold my stuff. But I think I'm back up to 100 physical discs, physical games, 360 and Xbox One, and Xbox Series. You know, the whole Xbox from 360 up, about 100. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, the backlog is ridiculous. Like I said, it's not okay. Our critiques are not because of lack of games, right?
yeah,
Our critiques is coming from the sense of principle. Like the things you're doing, right, just makes you look bad, and you act like it doesn't make you look bad. Does that make sense?
no,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Then you try to brush it off like, nah, we good because we got all this money. No, because even though perception don't make you money, but perception is important for people not to think like, you know, all these dumb people saying, oh, the game Xbox is dying, they're not going to make no more consoles. They're pulling out of some of the market. And then when you saw that they said, no, we're not, people are still running with that. Oh, no, they're still running out of the market. They're not selling in certain markets. Like, yo, they just came out and told you they're not. You still going to say that? And then what the people say, oh, that's just PR talk. They don't want us to get mad. They're pulling out. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Like me as a business, I would hate to see so much negative shit out there from my business, especially when I know I can make it a difference and cut it out.
I look at Judah Gaming said, if Halo go to PlayStation, what do you think would happen to the Xbox brand?
Oh, I think a lot of people would just be that they'll hang it up because that's an insult. It's just insulting. Like, bro, what the fuck you doing putting Master Chief on PlayStation? That's like Sony putting God of War on PlayStation on Xbox. I don't even want God of War on Xbox because it doesn't belong there. It's not theirs.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know how these people probably like, oh, y'all just want our game. Like, y'all just want God of War. Y'all mad y'all don't got Uncharted. Look, dude, I don't want Uncharted or God of War on Xbox. because it's not an Xbox title. If I want to play those, I'll play it or get it on a PlayStation. I'm okay with that. I would not want it to come to Xbox. I don't want to play them on Xbox. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Granted, go ahead.
Halo is totally affiliated with Xbox.
Yeah, it's synonymous with Xbox. It's the whole identity of Xbox.
Yeah. Phil Spencer said, on the Power On documentary, Phil Spencer said it himself. Like, if without Halo, we wouldn't be here, and that's 100% true. I would not be on Xbox if it wasn't for Halo. Halo was the game that got me to buy an Xbox.
And a bunch more. It looks like.
Yeah, I mean that's and because I was a Sega guy, right? And then eventually I would come. I've chosen Xbox because of my affiliation with the original content on the OG Xbox. As well as the fact that I'm a Sega person. You know, it was a national transition.
You, Sega forever. I mean, Sega man, rather. I think even 100 said that at one point too. We came on Xbox because it's affiliation with Sega, and how they had those exclusives that were only on the OG that we could only play. And to be honest, a lot of them are only exclusive still on Xbox. You can't even play them on PC. You can't play Panzer Dragon, Ortha, Otagi 1 and 2, Gun Valkyrie. You know, even the Crazy Taxi 3, those games, or House of the Dead 3, the one for the OG, you could only play them still on the Xbox console. You can't play them even on PC. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't even realize that.
And plus, I hated Sony, so that was a no-brainer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The only reason I had Sony for the most part, I mean, my transition from Sony for PlayStation and PlayStation 2, but my transition was just because I only had the console mostly to play the Sega games. Because Sega went third party. This is why I tell you people all the time, it's not good to go third party, because they said the same thing to Sega, and look what happened to Sega. And it's taken them, approximately 2 decades to get to where they are now.
Yeah. To start seeing some actual, success.
Because you guys, number one, gamers, you guys aren't gamers, and number two, you guys lie. You guys said back then, oh, this is awesome because that means that's better for Sega because they don't have to worry about the hardware, and then we can buy their games wherever they are. The same
right.
Xbox and right now, and that's all. That was all BS. There's a history of this that you can look back on.
I remember they went and put a bunch of exclusives also on Sony after the fact, which I have a bunch of them. Like 18-wheeler 2, they put it on PlayStation, which was Route 66. The Knights, oh my God, what's it called again? The Night Savior. It's a light gun game. It was Sega Namco, and they came out for PS2 only, which I also have. Then they did the Shinobi. And then, Nightshade, which was a sequel to that one in 3D. Astro Boy, a bunch of Sega games that was only on PlayStation 2. Blood Will Tell, which is phenomenal. And what happened? None of those games sold. All those games were under the radar niche, underground titles that were successful underground after the fact because nobody really bought them and they didn't do well.
Sonic didn't sell, Shenmue didn't sell, even the mainstream games that you guys said that should have been system sellers, right? But you guys never bought it. So you guys are full of crap. This is why I don't want. And there's a history of this, dude. There's actual evidence of this kind of stuff. This is why I don't believe a word you say. But real quickly, man. Hey, what's up, Prime?
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hey,
I'm good. Hey, what's up, E-Bot?
Hey, what's up, Prime? How are you, my brother?
I'm maintaining.
Yeah, you better. Those videos you be doing, they be fucking me up, man. You be making me tear jerk and shit. I feel bad and shit. I like them, though. It's nice that you're doing them, but they're not easy to watch. Let's put it that way. They're not easy to watch because we're like you. We have, wives at one point, whether we're separated or not, we have kids.
Yeah.
So we can relate with the pain you're feeling. You see what I'm saying?
The one
It's
I
very
did last night, I took down because I had a couple of Bud Lights in me when I made that one. I said, ain't no telling what I might. I had to. I'm about to
no, it's
review that one.
nice. It's just hard to watch because we feel your pain. It's
Oh
very
yeah, I appreciate it.
it's close to home. Put it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate
But
it. I truly do, man.
well, we're here for you. It's nice to see that you
Hmm.
came on.
Yeah.
That's good to see you on because we miss you, man. You know what I mean?
Yep. Thank you.
Oh no, it's from the heart, brother. You know that.
Oh yeah. I remember when it first happened. All y'all were contacting me. All of y'all, and I appreciate it.
No,
No, that's shit. How could we? How could we not? For
Yeah,
real.
we all go back to 2013 at least.
oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
for a
I know
while.
Sega the first one I met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was saying
yeah.
that. Mhm.
Hmm.
He was telling me that.
Like things have changed, bro, but things are still the same. So
I
we
Yeah,
always
remember.
keep track, man. We always keep track of what you're doing, bro. Trust me.
yeah.
When
Oh,
you're ready, man, just
oh,
put yourself. You can come on the podcast regularly.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm more available than ever now. I got a lot more free time.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
It's not the way I wanted to get free time, but I got it,
yeah,
so I
yeah.
might as well
Right.
use
Right.
it.
Right. Right. I mean, there's only free time too. It's also probably therapeutic because it gives you a chance to
Yeah,
to socialize with people that know you, that care about you, that you
yeah.
have a history with, and you don't feel maybe for the time that you talk, with us, it kind of gives you some comfort. Maybe you know what I'm trying to say,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah, like I
that's
said,
why.
YouTube always been like social media to me. I just come on here and try to I'm expressing myself a little bit more. I'm feeling a whole lot more comfortable in talking now. I don't know why. I
yeah.
just I used to be like real. I ain't gonna say
Shy.
shy, but I played that character like that character I play on YouTube.
Mhm,
That's how I
mhm.
got to shine this out. But I could be myself like the Philip Allen, like
Right,
y'all really know more in public now.
right. I mean, when I started watching your videos, you always had your Optimus Prime mask on every time. Remember? That's
Yeah,
how
I
you.
can't.
That's
Yeah,
all the videos that I started seeing from you, like
yeah.
Sega Forever. When I started seeing his videos, he would do his videos sitting down on his bed.
I
That's
remember.
what it looked
I
like.
remember. I remember all of it.
He would always talk.
Is
The talking points was sitting on the bed. I remember watching his videos back in the
Uh-huh.
day.
yeah. I
You
kind of
know?
miss that about Xbox. Remember when we had the Connect? We used to do those videos.
Oh yeah,
The community was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
good, man. They had a lot of talented people on the communities.
oh
Like
yeah.
this one guy I watched, man. He used to do the skits with the bear. I was like, dude, what is he doing this stuff, dude? It was like there's some talented people, man. But then Microsoft let that go. So uh,
What's his name? He always used to do cool stuff with that shit.
uh,
Daryl Thornton, Thomas
yeah,
Daryl
yeah,
Thomas,
Big Kahuna, Big Kahuna.
Big Kahuna,
Big
Big
home.
Kahuna, Big Kahuna.
Yeah, even that one dude, man. What's his name, dude? I know we don't roll with him anymore, but
You
that
talking?
young,
Yeah, I know you're talking about
yeah, 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 yeah.
the other guy. That he used to do the videos where he was talking to himself, and it was basically him looping it over on top of something else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do some cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
And at least we didn't get all pornographic like the Sony community.
Oh
That was-
yeah. Well, we were trying to do creative content. They were doing porno over there.
yeah,
Yeah, they were. When they
Mm.
had that PlayStation Live, I saw pure porn on that before.
Dude, every time you go on there, you would see somebody having sex. Like, yo, what the?
Yeah.
Yo,
I
these
think they
motherfuckers are
cut out. I
freaks.
think they cut out that feature. Like I don't think it's on the new PlayStation.
Freaks.
Not that feature.
They wanted people to see them fucking being freaks.
Yeah.
yeah. And even back then they didn't play their games. So there you go.
No. Hell no.
They do everything but play games. They come here.
All they
Yeah.
doing now is fucking remasters. Everything in there remastered over there.
Oh.
Yeah, every fucking thing.
And they still have the cojones, man, to tell us stuff. That's what blows my mind, dude. They'll sit over here and talk to us, talk trash to us, and I'm like, bro, you guys are getting like this game for like the fourth or fifth time,
Yeah. They're
and you
still
guys are
talking about
buying it
games
too.
that
Ooh,
came out on PlayStation 4. Yeah.
You know, it blows my mind that they're so tone deaf, dude.
I remember the video when I think that shit was funny because I felt the same way when Prime he had bought God of War Ragnarok. No, God of War. And he did another video shortly after going against says I'm bringing this shit back. This game boring as shit. I can't stand this motherfucker. I was laughing. I was like, yo, I said the same thing, and people were like, oh, you're crazy. Dude, the game is boring. It's not like traditional old school God of
no, I
War.
like old school God of War. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
old school God of War
originals.
yeah, that was good. Like
like,
those
and that was funny because you should have seen his comment. Motherfuckers were mad because he was in his car saying, I'm
To
going to
me,
game.
that new God of War is like a hybrid of Last of Us. He got the little girl, so he got his little boy doing little shit for him and shit. To me, that's what I don't like the way they went with the God of Wars. Like I like the original one through three, the hardcore ones.
Yeah. 3 was probably the best game.
Yeah,
Yeah, three was
some
awesome, dude. When you was going, you know how the camera angle switched, and then you
Mhm.
was like everything was kind of
yeah.
yeah, dude. I wonder if like God of War people that play the game now that only know the new God of War, I wonder if they could even play God of War 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
I
they
don't
wouldn't
think so.
understand
That
it.
was an action heavy game, dude. You have to have some pretty
Jeez.
good coordination.
The damn PSP God of Wars are better than that shit they got out now.
Oh, yeah. At least acting wise, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dang, dude. Man, I don't think they could make that game, man, because that game is pretty like R rated.
yeah.
Full God of Wars, man. They pretty.
There was some disturbing shit in there for sure.
Oh
That-
yeah, I don't think. Yeah, man. That
That's
God of
back
War
when
might be
Sony
good.
actually had like games like Resistance, God of War, even Killzone. They don't got no shit like that. Now they even took away fucking neck. They took away
Yeah,
motherfucking neck, man.
I remember when you did the videos on NAC too.
Yeah, I
You're
like the
like,
neck.
NAC was 1 was boring, but NAC 2 is pretty decent. I remember when you did that shit.
Uh-huh. They don't even
No,
make that no damn more.
you know
I'm
what it
surprised
was,
they ain't
dude.
remastered it though. We gonna remaster neck.
You
Call
gonna
it
remember?
neck neck.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know if NAC is going. They'll remake NAC because that shit didn't sell either.
Nah, I was just joking. They probably won't. But I'm surprised the way they remaster everything.
You
Oh,
know,
look at that.
I still have the the receipt for when they did the article where they stated that NAC sold like I think it was like 3,000 copies in Japan.
Hmm.
Horrible.
Yeah, dude. They got
The
better games
game did-
than that, dude. Come on. But you saw Astrobot, man. Astrobot, they didn't even like hit their. They were excited about that game. I mean,
I bought Astrobot to see how it was. It's a good game. It's not bad. I mean,
yeah,
is it game of the year material? Obviously not. You know they exaggerate everything, but
yeah,
for the standards of what they brought out in the last couple of years to that game feels like a video game. It has great gameplay, different gameplay mechanics, fun, it's colorful, it's creative. So it feels like a video game that's worthy of playing on the system. I'd rather play that than fucking playing fucking Spider-Man or something like Last of Us because those games
Well, that
they're
last
horrible.
Spider Man, I played through that whole game, part two. That was like a bad after school special. That was some damn cheesy
It was
shit, man.
horrible.
That
Horrible.
game was that was some of the most corniest bullshit I've seen in my damn life.
Too much woke shit in it.
It put me into depression.
You saw when he was fighting. You saw when he was fighting. What's her name? Scream, the girl,
Yeah,
and that was basically with Mary Jane, which that's not even like that in the comic. And the whole time she's talking about how he always makes it about himself, and
yeah.
she's always like, what the fuck? Spider
How
Man
the
never
fuck
done
you?
that.
How, But how the fuck you having a damn conversation like that while you fighting? You having an in-depth conversation while you
Right,
fighting? That
right,
was
right.
crazy, man.
And then with the part with him and Harry, they go to the school and you drive in the bicycle. That shit looks homosexual. If you homosexual as fuck, they feel like two fucking fruitcakes talking to each other. And they go into their old high school,
Yeah,
and then there's a part where you have to help.
yeah.
You have to help. I think it's a black kid, right?
Uh
Yeah, it
huh.
is a black student to ask out his boyfriend to
I
the fucking
heard, but I
prom.
didn't play that part. But I heard about that.
It's a
I
side
didn't.
story. The time is, I'm like, yo, what
Yeah, I
the
didn't
fuck?
do it. Yeah. So as I went through the main store, I couldn't take no more of that
Yeah,
cheesy ass game.
it's just too much woke shit. Then every time you fight a Spider Man, you
Yeah.
get his ass ripped. But when you play with Mary Jane, she's like super powerful. She can't be stopped. Or anytime you played as Miles, he didn't need no help. He's the mentor. I mean, he's the student. But when you play as Peter Parker, the whole time he's like, "Does the city need me? Do I need to move on? Have I been good? Have I been good?" I'm like, what the fuck? This
I'm trying
fucking
to tell you, that's some cheesy fucking shit, man.
game was trash. I'm glad you
Hell
didn't like
yeah. Hell
it.
no, I didn't like that bullshit. I didn't realize Miles Morales too much doing too much fucking shit to black people in that damn game. But that damn Spider-Man 2 shit, ain't nowhere in the hell.
Yeah, this fight with Miles Morales was a little bit doable. It wasn't that bad. That shit? Oh my
No,
god.
but Spider-Man 2 was terrible though. I hated that.
Oh my god, it was so bad. It's so bad. People just look out, but look at all the cinematics and the graphics. I don't give a fuck not when you got all that
Oh, that
other
game
crap.
was corny.
That shit got me so upset.
I'm playing a new Transformer racing game, trying it out.
Oh, the trials.
Yeah, it seemed okay so far. I'm just trying it out. I'll probably
Also have
just
like
put the
a
jump
big
on it.
budget. There's a big budget one that they've been working on for a while, but it hasn't. I don't even know if it has a release date or not.
I know what you're talking about. Damn,
They announced it a
reactivate.
few years ago, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, react. I think another studio took it over. They trying to rebuild it from the ground up. I saw a video on it the other day. You talking about reactivate? I think. Right now, I'm playing some Megatron like in a damn tank mode racing. Y'all lose y'all. Y'all still here?
What
Oh, you
happened,
guys still
Prime?
there?
Oh, there y'all
Yeah,
go.
I'm here. I'm just muted real quick. Yeah, I'm here.
I thought I
Yeah,
got
sorry.
dropped.
No, no, you didn't drop.
Everything got damn quiet. Shit.
No, so I'm washing clothes. I have to throw my clothes in the dryer.
Okay, yeah.
And let me read this comment real fast, and then let me respond, and you guys can respond after. Judah Gaming, why Xbox stopped pushing big time third party exclusive to their platform? Because nobody buys games, Judah. That's why.
Why they stop pushing third party?
Why Xbox stopped pushing big time third party exclusive to their platform? For me, Judah, again, it's a money thing, dude. Nobody's buying games.
Plus, they got burnt. That's another thing.
Yeah.
They got burnt. Everybody they helped third party, after they help them, they would go and cater to the other side with nothing with nothing in return. You see what I'm saying?
And then
Tomb Raider.
Yep.
the third party
With,
they do is Canadian Xbox as well.
with,
So
with Tomb Raider, what happened with Tomb Raider? The Tomb Raider got rebooted. It was going to be episodic via the DLCs, like through the store,
yeah.
and they helped Crystal Dynamic with Square Enix at the time, which Corey Ballard was actually part of that team at the time as well, and they helped them fund the game and finish the game. And then what happened? Oh, just to bring over the game a few months later, a year later, to PlayStation when Sony didn't pay shit to help them pay, for the game development and for any of those publishing or any of the marketing, none of that. Same thing with, like I said earlier, with Cuphead. They helped them out. Studio MDHR. They helped out Moon Studios. They helped out the studios developers from PUBG. They helped out. There's a plethora of people that helped out, and then after they helped them out, we want to go over there. Like they helped out Capcom with Dead Rising 3. Dead Rising 3 was full on exclusive. Capcom Montreal, they completely funded the game, published it, marketed it. Capcom got fully funded by them, and then Part 4 came out. They're like, "Oh yeah, we want you to make Part 4, but you it could be exclusive for a year, but we want you to put it on PlayStation the following year." And what happened with Dead Rising 4? They didn't buy that shit.
Judah,
Nobody.
do you have an Xbox? Because if you have an Xbox and you have Game Pass or you know about ID at Xbox, that'll answer your question right there. Microsoft picks and chooses who they help, and they help a lot
Yeah.
of people. This is why you got Metaphor Fantasio. They got the publishing rights for that. They're really close with Sega. I mean, it just depends. Like Hebot is saying, man. I mean, I look, dude. I'm not saying you're trolling or anything like that. You can, even if you was, you can ask the question. But I just need to know. I mean, do you even have an Xbox, or do you participate in the ecosystem? Do you know about ID at Xbox? Because that'll answer this question right here for you. They do third-party exclusive stuff. Right?
Oh,
Whether it's time or not.
they did it with Path of the Goddess, which is from Capcom. They did it with Flintlock on Game Pass as well. They do third-party deals, but in some of the exclusive third-party deals they did, like they did with Atomic Heart, like they're doing with Stalker 2, that's a third-party developer. They don't own Stalker 2, but it's exclusive to X. Like they did with Harold Halibut. They did it with Ravenlock. They did it with the Tales of Benedict Fox. There's plenty of games that they do third-party deals with, and that stay exclusive, right? Like Song of Iron, right? Like Arrow 2. Arrow 2 and Arrow 1 came out and did well, and Arrow 2 is coming out, and it's still exclusive to Xbox. It's not on PlayStation. It's not even on Nintendo. But these guys don't know that because they only pay attention to the Nintendo, ecosystem or PlayStation ecosystem, but not the Xbox. The only thing
the media doesn't help either.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But the only thing they pay attention to Xbox is Halo, Forza, and Gears. They think that's all Xbox has. But sometimes that's not it at all. The gunk. They don't own that developer. That's completely exclusive. That was only on Xbox. It still is. Crossfire X, same thing, third party. Completely on Xbox, even though they shut it down, but it wasn't exclusive. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny, right? It's always the games that we don't have that they focus on, right?
No, because damn well they know that Last Ronin, Stellar Blade, they know those because they're exclusive to PlayStation. They know those, but they failed to understand that Stellar Blade was going to be a multi-plat. It was at last minute that I guess the developer was having money issues, and since Microsoft was too invested and involved with the whole, what's it called, the MRB, the fucking Activision acquisition. They were going to court and dealing with all that. At that time, Microsoft was already invested in that. So I guess they couldn't probably do a deal with him, so he went with Sony. And Sony did the deal with him, and they told him, okay, we'll help you publish the game and fund it, but you got to make it exclusive only to PlayStation. And that's what he did. They didn't even let him put it on PC. But the game was originally, when they first announced to show the trailer, it was an Xbox game as well. But like I said, these people only pay attention to what they want to pay attention to. So that's here.
And more power to them. I don't really care. Like if Stellar Blade went ahead and made that deal, that doesn't bother me, man. Like I say all the time, we're not like or Sega Man says all the time. We're not hurting over here for games, bro.
And then the Last Ronin, right? For example, that's fucking Team Ninja. Their motherfucking asses are owned by Tecmo, and Tecmo, ever since Tomonobu Hidegaki left Tecmo, they've been acting so assholes with Xbox. All they do is cater to PlayStation. That's why Neo 1 and 2 only came out on PlayStation, and Sony only published it, meaning they did the marketing for the American versions. But if you go look at the releases everywhere else, like Europe, Japan, it was Tecmo themselves who published it. But in America, Sony published it so that they can make it look like it was only an exclusive for them. And Techno's been acting flimsy with Xbox ever since. So for me, they can go fuck themselves. Just like From Software. From Software hasn't done nothing with Xbox except take those Game Pass deals, right? Whenever they want to put, something that they make on Game Pass because they get paid up front. Oh yeah, we love you, Xbox. Meanwhile, on PlayStation, they give them shit free and they don't pay them shit up front.
Oh, that's fine, dude. To me, that's fine because I'm pretty sure their games aren't burning down the are charting or putting in those numbers, and at least we benefit because it's in Game Pass, so we have content.
Well, what helped save From Software because all their games always sold poorly. What helped save them was fucking Sekiro first with a nice amount of sales, and then after Sekiro was the fucking goddamn Elden Ring. That Elden Ring sold so much copies, and people didn't even play the game. They just bought it out of hype, and then most of them got returned.
I didn't know they did. I didn't know they did.
They did Sekiro. Sekiro. They did Elden Ring. They did the Dark Souls 1, 2, 3.
I can't play that type of stuff. I can't play
they did the Bloodborne, the Demon Souls. Yeah, but they did stuff with Xbox in the past. They did a mech game for the OG that's exclusive. They did Otage 1 and 2 that's exclusive. They did fucking Ninja Blade with Xbox that was exclusive. All those games could come back out on Xbox and be brought back out, either via back compat or if they do remasters, but they don't allow them to do them. You see what I'm saying? Only Otage 1 and 2 you can play, but Ninja Blade you can't. You can't play the Mikakuro, which is a mech game they made. You can't play that. They did bring out the Armored Core, the last one that came out, Roboton, I think it was called, which is actually a really good game. But again, they pick and choose certain things. For the most part, they love sucking on Sony. For certain things.
Fine, just chime in anytime you want to, dude.
Huh? Oh no, I'm good. I'm still playing this damn Transformer game. It's kind of weird.
What? Hey, Prime, did you watch the new Transformers, the movie?
Oh yeah. I went to see it in the theater. I love that movie.
It's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it made the money it wanted to, but it was a great movie, man. To me, that's the best one. My personal opinion, besides '86 movie, I'm talking about the recent movies. It's the best one to me.
You like the movie? I was hesitant to go see it.
I think this movie set in its own universe. Like they try to say everything related to the Michael Bay movies, but the recent Transformer films are like separate from the Michael Bay movies.
Yeah,
but they don't want to lose the Michael Bay crowd, though.
Was it what do you call it? It's called Generation 1, right?
Generation 1 is the original, like in the '80s. No, this called Transformers 1. Like,
Transformers 1. Okay.
Yeah, it's not. They try to say like whoever the damn one of the producers try to say is like before the Michael Bay universe, but the people that made it say it's like its own thing. If you look at it, there ain't no way that movie can be related to the Michael Bay universe.
Yeah,
it's too inconsistent. To me, continuity inconsistent. But it's a great movie though.
So they're trying to say with Transformers 1, right? That it connects to to the Bay universe, the Bayverse.
Yeah, but it don't though. There's no way because what's his name? I can't think of that guy's name. He don't want to lose all the people that watch the Michael Bay movie, so he say that. But like the people that made the movie tell you it's in its own universe, like the Bumblebee and the Beast War movie. That's not going to connect to the Michael Bay universe either. Those are like in their own thing.
They're doing their own thing. Well, I mean, they used the last one, the Beast Kingdom, to introduce the crossover with Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah. They're
which
trying to make like a universe with that. G.I. Joe and Transformers. I think that's
yeah,
how
yeah,
that's
like,
going to start.
yeah, they did that in the comics, but in the comics
Yeah.
they did it respecting the lore of G1. You know,
Yep.
me personally, I would have loved to seen the whole movie the way they did the first 15 minutes of Bumblebee, based
Yeah.
off
Me
G1.
too.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That shit was 100% G1, and it fucking was amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is the problem of doing it like this, the whole movie?
I know, right?
You know, and that's why that movie did well. It wasn't because the rest of the movie was charming or it was funny. No, 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 no. But because of those first 15 minutes. That's why.
Yes, but most people remember that movie for the first 15 minutes. You're right.
Yeah, you know how they try to say, oh, it's because it was a good movie. Yeah, it was decent, but it was still connected to the Bayverse. It was supposed to be a prequel to the Bayverse,
Yeah.
which was also wrong because Bumblebee was never a fucking boat player. And then in the Bayverse, he made fun of the Volkswagen. And the reason why he did that with part one with Shia LaBeouf is because when he tried to use Volkswagen, they did not give him the rights because it was still attached to the Herbie. You know, Herbie, the
Yeah.
Herbie and Disney attachment. Because of that, they didn't allow him to use it. So he got a deal with GM, and GM allowed him to use all those cars in the first one, the one with Shia LaBeouf, which I personally thought was good. It was a good, strong movie. I thought it was fun. It
I like
felt
the first
different.
Transformer movie.
Yeah, I like the first two. I thought they were really strong. Even the third one was all right. It's just after that, it kind of got off the grid. It was like, oh boy.
I,
You see what I'm saying?
I like the first one. I didn't like Revenge of the Fallen. I like the Dark of the Moon, but after that, like the last two, the damn what you call it, the last night. You know, I'm a diehard Transformer fan. I remember telling my wife I ain't gonna see some bullshit. This shit look fucked up. I ain't gonna waste some. I didn't see a motherfucker till it came like I brought it on disc for Black Friday.
Like part two
I,
was entertaining, but I didn't like what they did with the Constructicons. I thought he looked
and
stupid.
hell no, that was fun. That man, that was a disgrace.
I didn't like the
That
way
was
Devastator
terrible.
looked at all. He looked horrible.
That was crazy. That's what made that's probably why I hated that movie so much.
Yeah, because Devastator's such an important character.
Yeah.
And they didn't even try to make him look like the original, not even a little bit. I was so mad. I was like, God,
Uh-uh.
this shit look like ass.
Let's see what got me though. They put Bone Crusher in the first movie. He was a tank.
Yeah,
That should have been they should have been used like Combaticon. I forgot what that Combaticon name was in the cartoon, but that's what they should have used instead of Bone Crusher name. I forgot that damn Combaticon name. It was a tank. Do you
no,
remember
I know what you're
Sega?
talking about.
I
Yeah,
can't remember that motherfucking name enough. I used to know every Transformer Generation One name.
and they made so many Prime. I
Uh,
don't feel bad. I collect a lot of Transformers. I have a
yeah.
lot. I have a lot that I'm trying to get rid of myself because I just don't got the space.
Yeah, I sold a couple of them like I sold the Ultimatas of the Rodimus Prime, War for Cybertron, Kingdom, the Commander class. I sold some today. I said just laying around. I ain't got like spaces to put stuff like I used to.
And I'm trying to go to like conventions to try to sell my stuff. I got a lot of stuff I want to
You know.
sell. 'Cause,
I
I
tell you
need
what,
to make
I still got my Thundercat Pumas though. Then you got a pair too, don't you?
You still got your Thundercat what?
Pumas, Panthros. Don't you got a pair? I could swore you had one too.
Oh yeah. No, I bought Lino, I bought Chitara, I bought Panthro.
I got Panther. That's it. I ain't.
They had the Mumra ones that I kind of wanted to, but since I already had the other three, I was like, it's
The
overload.
Panther's the only one I could find. I didn't never see Lionel online. And I just got the Panther.
The Linos I bought online when they first announced it,
Yeah,
right through Puma. I went online. My daughter bought them. I asked her
that's
for it.
something. That's something that you bring back out again. Thundercats. I remember they brought like I think it was one show they had. Then they had a show that was like I think comedic. Like I didn't watch that one, but I think the 2011 show. But Cartoon. I don't know if it was 2011. Cartoon
Which one
Network just
you talking
canceled
about?
that show.
The new Thundercat show they did?
Not it was two of them. Like I ain't talking
Oh,
Thundercats.
you
But what
talking
else? The one
about
that was kind of
the
comedic.
one that looked like fucking, what was it, like that cartoon fucking, that looked retarded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I'm talking the one that came out before that
No.
one. They had
What was
toys too. That was a good Thundercat.
like,
Well, Lionel and what's his damn tiger name? They were brothers on the
yeah.
show.
I like the other one they did, the other iteration. I liked it.
Yeah,
My problem with that one was is that they made all the Thundercats look like modernized, right? They look almost
yeah,
robotic, right? But yet all the villains look like classic villains.
yeah. You're right.
Jackalman, Monkey and Mumra, Sly, they all look like they did in the original, but modernized. But the Thundercats, they made it look like they had metal armor, like they had futuristic plates.
Yeah,
Pantro, I hate the way they made Pantro look. I couldn't stand it. That's what kept me mad. The only one that looked somewhat like Chitara was the character was Chitara, but
yeah.
everybody else of the actual Thundercats, they didn't look like them. But the villains
Uh-uh.
all look like the original look. I'm like, why they couldn't just leave the original look and modernize it? That's why I got mad at that show.
Then they
That's
fuck up Snarf too. I think Snarf he wasn't talking on this one, was he? You know the little thing, the little red and Snarf. I
flaw.
think they fucked. Yeah, I think they fucked him up on that iteration too. Or it might be like I didn't like the way a new Masters Universe did Oracle on the not the they did two Masters of the Universe on Netflix, a Kitty one and the one that was like a sequel to the ones we used to watch in the 80s.
Yeah. No, the new Masters of the Universe that Kevin Smith did is amazing, and people just
Yeah.
hating on that shit. I'm like, yo, you crazy? Oh shit is amazing.
I like the Revolution and Revelation. I like those. I like the other one that was like designed for kids too. I liked that also.
Which one? Which one?
Okay, they came out Revolution, then they had the other series that was more I forgot what the proper name of it
Oh
was.
yeah. You're talking about the one with Shira. I didn't like it because they made Shira gay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Her and Pato were lovers. I was like, that's retarded. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of catering to that DEI shit. Like, why would you make
Hmm.
Shira and Patra lovers if they were enemies? Like, what? That shit don't make no sense.
Wait a minute, I ain't seen this one you talking about with Steel was gay. I ain't seen that one now.
Yeah. That one on Netflix. They made Shira. Oh,
I
you're
must
talking
I
about the
think
3D one. The 3D one where Orko is like a robot, right? That's
yeah,
the
that's
one you
what
talking
I'm talking about.
about. Oh, I
Yeah.
hate that one too. I can't stand that
I
shit.
like that one. I like
You
that
like
one.
it?
I like the
Well, the
Revelation. Yeah,
problem is the stories
I,
were good, right?
but I want to go see. I want to see the one you talking about with she was gay. I ain't know about that one.
Well, put it like this. Put it like this. They made Bo black, right? Just
Uh
to
huh.
race swap. And not only did they do that, they made him gay too. I'm like, yo, what the?
Wow.
I'm like, why? Come on. So they
They
pissed me
making
off with
that.
that shit.
They making that a lot of stuff now. That's like,
They're stupid. They fuck up a lot of shit. Netflix pissed me off because they cater to that shit a lot. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
stop. Let inclusivity be natural. Stop
yeah,
forcing that shit. We've always had inclusivity. Always. We never had a problem with main characters being a woman, being a little
uh,
kid. We never had we never had a problem with a character being gay, but it wasn't forced to us. It wasn't force fed. It was done
yeah,
naturally or natural progression or natural implementation. Now it's done deliberately. You can see it. You can spot it immediately. Like, yo, what is you doing? You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna make Shira and Katra lovers when they're enemies, and then you make them lovers? It's like they did with Voltron, with Keith
Oh yeah,
and
I
the
didn't
other
like.
dude.
Yeah. I didn't like that
They
Voltron.
made Keith and the other dude lovers too. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Oh
I didn't
hell,
like that bullshit.
that shit got me
And
mad
then I
too.
think he got with, and the dude with the gray hair that was overkeep him. He got with a black dude,
Yeah,
and I think he
Pidge,
married the
Pidge,
black
and
dude.
Pidge, and they made Pidge into a natural
Pigeon
girl.
woman.
I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
oh yeah. They trying to see that shit. Oh yeah, I don't like that bullshit neither,
You don't
man.
remember?
They got to change the.
You don't remember Prime that one of the
Yeah,
episodes she had gotten her period, and you weren't supposed to know that she was a girl until that episode.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, they didn't. They changed. Paige is a fucking girl now. Oh my god. I'm like, you see, that stuff
Yeah,
gets me
I
mad.
am.
I'm
I didn't like
sorry.
that shit neither.
That stuff be pissing me off.
That's what kind of turned me against that incarnation of Voltron.
Pisses me off, Prime. It pisses me off.
Yeah, I
I don't like
believe.
none of that.
Mm-mm.
Hey, baby. Dime,
Yeah, I'll be right. I think we'll get another beer real quick. I'm going to the fridge. I'll be right back.
I'm just paying for something. Hold on. Um, I don't like when they do that, Prime. I don't like when they do that. I don't like when they do that.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get another beer. Hold up.
All right.
Zobi, why are you fronting, man? Zobi, I know you're
I'm
gonna
here.
vote for Kamala.
I'm here, brother. Hold on. I'm just paying for. Hold on.
Zobi, I know you're gonna vote for
All right,
Kamala.
I'm back. I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. But they taking our childhood and we missing the fucking shit up. Basically, you look at. I'm surprised they didn't put no gay shit in Transformers yet.
I think you
I
stepped
wouldn't
away.
be surprised.
Yeah, he stepped away.
Okay, okay.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm just paying. I'm paying for something. Hold on.
That Transformer game, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. I
But the
might
new
have
one,
played it again. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't no racing game fan in the first place. I just, I try anything with Transformers though, but this one I don't know.
The best
I,
Transformer games are the War for Cybertron.
heck yeah, False
Those
Cybertron. You right?
fucking
I
games.
agree.
Please.
Yeah, yeah.
Part
And
one and two.
behind them, I like Transformers Devastation.
Oh
To me,
yeah.
yeah,
Devastation is incredible. Yes, sir. That's the most 100% accurate to G1 there is out there.
because they made it like it was like an episode of G1. And if you really pay attention to like some in the game, they preluded like Unicron will be coming and like Princess. He said something coming that's on the way toward us. He was talking about Unicron. It was a story to that game now. It was like,
Hey, but one more thing about you. And as soon as you start, who's the first person you fight? Devastator. That shit was
uh-huh,
in Devastation. That
yeah,
game was made by, you know who made that? That was Platinum Games who made that shit.
uh-huh.
You know, the ones who did Bayonetta,
Bayonetta.
Scalebound and shit. That game was fucking incredible.
I played a few minutes of it the other night on the shit station. 'Cause I had it on there. I thought it wanted available and let me download it. I played a little bit of it.
Oh, wait. You didn't pay for this.
Hulk Hogan. You can call this the New World Order of Wrestling, brother. Good
Oh
times,
boy.
man. Good times. I miss those days, man.
I ain't lying, that was a fun. I remember how Hogan said it.
Yeah. Hey, Prime, have you been watching wrestling lately?
Yeah, I've been watching it. Man, I've been watching most of I ain't been watching too much AEW lately. I've been watching most of WWE. Like,
Yeah, man, it's been pretty cool, man. I've been watching it
yeah,
when I can. I don't have cable anymore, man. So I'm waiting for them to come
no,
over to
I
Netflix.
don't, I don't do cable. You got internet. You don't need no cable.
Yeah,
You get around here.
yeah.
I never pay with no damn cable. But most time, man, I'll be honest with you. Well, I went through and canceled a bunch of subscriptions. I'm mostly on YouTube, looking at YouTube 95% of the time.
Oh yeah,
Unless I'm
yeah.
watching the Panthers or the Hornets or the Dodgers playing now. Fat they were getting blew out.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they were down Citizens Hill, the Mets.
Is Otani
That's
playing?
the National League Championship.
Is Otani playing?
He playing.
Oh man, was having a bad day.
They all having a bad day so far.
Hmm.
Yeah, I grew up a Dodger fan. Like my daddy, he was that hard Dodger fan. Most people down here they'll go for the Braves because that's the closest team. Like that's like the home team in North Carolina, the Braves. That's
I
what
know.
most people go for.
I'm a Pirates fan, man, and I remember in the playoffs, it was like in the
Mm.
'80s and '90s, man. That pitching rotation that the Braves had, dude, they were untouchable.
I remember the Pirates had Bonds. I remember way back then.
Yeah, the
I
only
remember,
problem with Bonds was when it came to the playoffs, dude, he kind of disappeared.
yeah.
But then I know, like when we played Atlanta, dude, like you had Glavine and Smoltz and
I remember. Oh yeah, man. That was some good baseball back in them days. I remember that's what Atlanta used to be on TBS. The
yep.
Cubs were always on WGN.
Who was
It
that?
was
Who was that hitter you guys had, man? He got into a motorcycle accident, but that dude was man. That dude could hit a ball.
oh, I know you talking about. I can't.
It wasn't
Damn.
Justice, it was the other guy, not Dave Justice, but the other dude they had.
I know who you talking about.
Yeah, you
I
know what I'm
can't
talking
think of
about.
his name or not for now. Yeah, I remember David Justice with the Braves. Like I said, the Braves like the home team out here, but I always been Dodger.
Well,
I,
they're playing the Mets, the Dodgers, right?
yeah,
Because we're in the series. Like if the Mets win, they go to the World Series, right?
yeah. Whoever wins this going to like no, it's the Dodgers are 1-0. I think it's the best of 7. But whoever wins the series go to the World Series to play the Yankees or the damn who are the Yankees playing? I think the Yankees playing the Guardians. I was going to call them the Indians. I still call these teams by the damn name they used to be.
You know what? People still call by the old names, though. Probably like when I'm on the stand and people get pissed off, like these millennials, they get mad if you use the old names. I was like, bro, it's all my life. That's how I know them as. That's what I call
Yeah, that's
change my name.
I still call the Raiders the damn Oakland Raiders. I'll be forgetting they Las Vegas.
Yeah, we don't call them the Las Vegas or LA Raiders. It's like the Los Angeles Rams. We call them the Los Angeles Rams.
I still call them St. Louis Rams. I remember they moved to St. Louis when I was going to the Navy. I was at the airport in St. Louis
Mm-hmm.
and they had some shirts on. They had like the people like they're moving, the football players like they were promoting and moved to St. Louis. When I was going to basic training, we had to go to St. Louis. I remember all that, man. I
Yeah,
was a young kid, scared to death. By first time being by myself like that.
like some of the names when they move, it doesn't make sense, right? Like when they have the name, like I'm like, bro, there's a reason why some of these name people, like the Lakers, dude, Minnesota, right?
Uh-huh.
But I mean,
What
LA, like everybody's fine with it. But I remember, man, back in the day, it was like, yeah, it was
man?
Minnesota.
You remember my team, the Hornets? You remember we moved to New Orleans,
Yeah,
and they kept the Hornet name in New Orleans, but then they changed the name to the Pelicans. We can see this Hornet team we got now. This ain't the original Hornets. It's like the Bobcats, but they got the name back
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
the Bobcat name didn't fit in. But like, really, this is the youngest team in the NBA, like age wise, like how long they been there.
Yeah, Charlotte Hornets has
But
history too, man. He has some great
uh,
players.
huh.
What was the name of the Bucks before? Wasn't it the Houston Bucks?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
really
all.
don't.
Before they became Tampa Bay. Remember, they used to be white and orange, the
Oh, you
colors.
know Tampa Bay. Oh,
So, oh,
Okay.
Buccaneers. The Buccaneers?
Yeah, before they became the Tampa Bay Bucks, they were something else.
No, I don't think so.
Wasn't they?
No, they've always
Weren't they Houston?
no, no. I think they've always been the Bucks. They just changed their uniforms, man. They used to have these really ugly uniforms.
Yeah, the orange and white
Yeah.
ones.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
Yeah, but then they changed the uniform. They changed the logo. Then they got like a good team, and everybody forgot except for me. I still remember that, dude. The same thing with the Patriots, man. The Patriots had
I like it. I like their old uniforms though. The light bright orange.
bro. In Florida, dude, people used to make fun of them all the time, man. We had one of the students at our school. His dad was. Everybody found out his dad was a professional football player, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, dude, is what team is your dad play for?" Like, "Oh, Tampa Bay," and we were like, "Oh." And it's the Christian school I went to, bro, and even we were like, "Oh, okay." Because the joke was like the like you have Florida State, and Miami, dude. And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Miami." Our college teams could be Tampa Bay. That's how bad Tampa Bay was. Yeah, but yeah, they changed. They got better, dude. So
Yeah, they got a couple Super Bowls on it. Like
yeah.
in recent, yeah.
Once they changed the uniform, and then whoever the owner was, man, got serious, dude. They started winning some good drafts and building the team.
Man, I hate man that owner we got in Carolina though, man. They didn't mess up Carolina Panthers, man. I ride the other owner dead. Shit, man. We
Well,
ain't been doing shit.
have you been able to finish the GI Joe beat 'em up?
Not yet. Cause I'm trying to I'm trying to go on to finish that damn Space Marine game first. Then I'm
Space Marine,
on
Space Marine suit. Oh my god!
though, yeah, whatever levels I put on YouTube, that's how far I am. That G.I. Joe, I like that game. This is straight. I would
Yeah,
say do a Transformer
it got
game in
me
that
mad.
style.
You get me
But I
mad
like
though
beat 'em
because
up.
they didn't bring it out to consoles yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it
They
on
said it's coming
computer.
out this year, but they haven't brought it out.
When I got that email, like this game, your wishes, the game is available. I bought it that Friday. I mean, I like it, you know, but I
You
like beat 'em
got
ups
that Steam,
anyway.
right? You got it
Huh?
for your computer or your PC. You got Steam, I know.
Yeah, Steam, yeah.
Yeah, because I played the demo on the computer and I put it up. I
Yeah.
uploaded it on the channel. Yeah, I like it. It's decent. It's not bad. It's very authentic to GI Joe. But a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't play the other game. Oh, because they look too different. Even though they look like characters, they just try to modernize
Uh
it with
Operation
Operation.
Blackout.
Yeah, I like that game.
Yeah, I liked that game. It was just too short, but I liked it.
It was 12 levels. I'm like, yo, dude, the game, they got a fucking mainframe right at the beginning, down tone. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah, it was straight, yeah.
just 'cause they look a little different don't mean that it was bad. They look modern. They look like the characters were modern.
I think it was if I what's it based on IDW that game?
Huh?
I'm thinking that's what it was based on the IDW, but IDW look like Generation One GI Joe to an extent. So I mean, I liked the game, man.
It just
It
gets
was
me
just too.
mad. They start talking shit. I'm like, oh, and the G.I. Joe fans, they're like, oh my God, they stuck. Oh, they trying to make it look like Fortnite. I was like, yo, that game was being created before Fortnite was a thing. And they try to introduce the black G.I. Joe's black, the black
Yeah.
series, or the classified series. They try to
Uh-huh.
reintroduce it for a new generation with that look. That's why Firefly looks like he has the vest instead of being plain, but he still looks good. So I have all
Yeah,
the
I
classified
love those
series.
classified figures. I
Yeah,
like.
the classified series are amazing.
Yeah, I like them.
They're fucking nice.
Yeah.
Listen, I got Ganalda not too long ago, which is the Dreadnought. He's basically the Crocodile Dundee of the Dreadnoughts. That's what I
Mhm.
call him. And then I just got Road Pig that they did and Raptor. The new Raptor.
Mhm.
And those fucking figures are just incredible. For the price you
I
pay.
found
Go ahead.
I found like a bazooka and Ross's. I didn't pay, and it was either Tomas and Zaymot I got,
Oh,
But
you
I
found
saw one
you have
on
Ross, but
Rouses. Yeah, you find the Rouses every now and then. You better grab them as
I
soon as
don't
you
have a
see them,
Ross
though.
by me. The closest Ross by me and Ali is like 2 hours away.
Wow. The only one that don't be selling is like the Lady J. It don't be selling for
I
some
don't know.
reason. The Rouses.
I don't know why, because Lady J is a cool ass. She looks good.
Uh, no. I got it when it was full
She's an
price out of
original character.
Walmart.
What happened?
Well, I remember when it first came out of Walmart. I bought her full price, but
Yeah. In the retro card, right?
uh huh. Oh yeah, I got that one too. I got the classified Lady J and the retro card. The one, the retro card. They came out with some more retro card ones. Duke, Scarlet,
Any
somebody
any of
else.
those any of those that you need that you can't find, let me know. I can help you find them.
Okay.
Like retro card Duke, retro card Rakondo, Cobra Eel,
I got
Sir,
Wakanda.
Snow,
Yeah.
Snow Serpent,
Uh huh.
Scarlet, Beachhead. I found all. I just like yesterday I saw 3 Beachhead and 1 eel
Shit, a
in the
couple of
retro.
years ago, when my wife was in the hospital, I used to go to the bookstore near the hospital, right? Like when I go out to eat, they were selling Super 8 G.I. Joes. I think I did a video on them. Them bugs were going with like $3. They got down like 50 cents. You know, them things usually retail for $20. Like,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I was racking up on 'em. I think I did a
You know,
video on them. I
yeah,
racked up on them. I'm talking Transformers, G.I. Joe, X-Men. I was racking up, man.
that happened to me with the 25th anniversary series, the 3 1/4 inch figures. You don't remember
Uh-huh.
the 25th anniversary line? That's how I was able to
Yeah.
get all of them because what happened was they started putting them in Family Dollar,
Oh,
and
wow.
I was getting all the characters that were liquidated for like $3.
Hmm.
And at the time, they were selling them for like 15 in the store.
Well,
But
I ain't never know try to check the Family Dollar G.I. Joes. I ain't never think about that. My Family Dollar ain't don't carry. I mean, they carry, the only thing they carry is some stuff like made for Family Dollar. You know what I'm saying? Like the cheap, classy looking toys.
yeah.
You know,
The
I mean,
one
I
the
buy 'em, don't get me wrong, but I think they kind of made for stores like that.
the fucking the 3 1/2 inch, I got almost every character. The only ones I didn't get were the ones that they gave to the GI Joe Collectors Club, but they
Uh-huh.
were too expensive. They were selling each character for like $35. I was like, oh fuck, that's too much for three
Yeah.
inch figures. That's great.
Yeah.
And then the problem is you had to get the whole subscription for the whole year, get the 12 figures for 35 each, and
Hmm.
then once you did that, then you got the extra figure as a bonus, but it would come out to almost like $300 for the whole year. I'm like, oh hell, no, that's too much.
That's too much. Yeah.
So I got mad because they had sci-fi there.
Uh-huh.
No, Psylocke. Psylocke came out. Uh, what's his name? Crystal Ball, the Dreadnought Crystal Ball. Raptor came out in that one. Vulcan, Voltar, he came out in that line. Those are actual mainline characters, and I couldn't
Yep.
get them. You go in the aftermarket now and get them; they're like $200 for one. I'm like, you fucking crazy.
Uh-huh.
You're bugging. I tried to get Voltar; they had them for like $250. I was like, you're crazy.
No, I ain't doing that.
Paying me $250 for no fucking 3 inch figure.
Mhm. Hell
The
no.
only figure, the only figure I bought for overpriced, it was like $90 for the 3 inch with Sergeant Slaughter. That was because he was a Comic Con. That's the only one. After that, it's like, no, I ain't doing that. Fuck that. That's too much
Damn.
money.
Now that'd be a good idea for a podcast because you talk about collectibles and stuff. So you got great knowledge and stuff. You said stuff I forgot about.
Which one?
No, you saying a lot of stuff like all the G.I. Joe characters you were naming. Some of them I forgot about, like the
Oh yeah,
Dreadnought,
yeah. I
Crystal
got
Ball, and stuff.
yeah, like I got Red Line, I got Sci-Fi, I got Zap, the first Spanish character that was in the 3-inch line in the original ones that came out from back in
Yeah,
the day. Zap, he's Hispanic. I got him. I got Rock and Roll.
I got rock and roll. Like I got classified rock and roll
Yeah,
and
they're making them
shipwreck.
retro. They're making the retro Rock and Roll now too.
I might. No, I don't got no
Yeah.
retro rock and roll.
And they got retro retro Stalker. I want him.
I really gotta look through my stuff to see what I do. I be buying, like I'm saying, sometimes I have bought toys twice. Like,
Yeah, no,
and
but
I be,
what I could do though, like I said, what you could do is like I'll give you my number after the
uh huh.
fucking thing. And call me, and whoever you want, if I can find them, I can send them, ship them to you, whatever. You can sell me or whatever, and I can ship them to you.
Yep,
I can ship them to you.
I got you. And down here in North Carolina, we can find a lot of stuff y'all might not can find up there.
And what happened?
Now, so down here in North Carolina, sometimes we can find stuff y'all might not can find up where you at. You remember
Yeah,
I shipped you
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty
you
sure.
remember I think I shipped you Tarkin that time, long time ago. I don't know if you remember.
I'm going 1 mile an hour. What damage am I gonna do? Um, I find them all the time. I do a lot of like toy hunting, and I'm always out. I go into a store, check. I find stuff all the time.
Yeah, but like ever since my wife died, I ain't been collecting like I used to. I ain't probably brought about two things.
Right, right.
I guess I don't know, but I got like that once before. I sold all my stuff, and then I ended up building it back up again. Like I said, I bought the night she died. I brought like this transformer with a $35 for $8. I had about not the night she died. She did die at nighttime in the morning. But that same day, I bought a transformer. I had to go to Walmart and get a big poster made for her funeral. I mean, you find a deal no matter what circumstances you own like that, you gotta still take it. You know what I'm saying? That's really funny. But other than that, I probably bought that snarl I made a video about. I ain't been buying too much stuff lately.
Right. So what you've been playing lately?
Well,
Yeah.
I was playing that Star Wars Outlaw game, right? And plus the Space Marines, but the Outlaw game, I'm trying to tell you, I don't be having patience like I used to. Like that game is great, but it's too much sneaking around, having to damn do that stealth shit. I used to not mind that, but now I'm like
Which one?
Star Wars Outlaws,
Yeah,
great game, but
I heard there's a lot
it's
of
too much.
stuff. Yeah.
There's too much stealth in that game, man. Sometimes you don't be in the mood, like. So I've been playing the Space Marines. I'm trying to finish that, which I got some friends I be online with talking all the time. They real hardcore Warhammer fans. They kind of explain the universe to me and stuff. And they put me on Warhammer. I don't understand all the stuff they understand, but I've been playing this PC game called Combat Master. It's like a Call of Duty type game. I've been having a lot of fun with that. I even bought the damn what you call that shit, the battle pass to it. I usually don't buy that kind of stuff, but and of course I've been playing 2K.
Which
You
one?
know, I've been playing mostly 2K23, but I got 2K25. But Combat Master is like a Call of Duty type game. It's pretty fun. I be playing on PC. I got some footage over on the channel. You probably saw it. It's just something like. But I tell you one thing, it amazes me how a game like Combat Master can still be around. And what's that sort of game they put out in the last 2 weeks? Damn, what's that game
Encore,
called? Yeah,
Encore.
I was like, damn, 2 weeks. I feel sorry for people that bought a physical copy of that game. That's messed up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
2 damn weeks. It wasn't even 2 weeks. That game was dead. That's just horrible, man. But see, that's not Sony's. Sony really should have done. The only multiplayer game they had that was success was Helldivers 2, but then they fell off on that real bad. They lost a lot of kills in Helldivers 2.
Helldivers still did better on PC. It didn't do well on
Yeah,
PlayStation.
that's why. Yeah, you took the words out of my. That's what I was gonna say because they put it on PC. I even bought it on PC, but after a while, I was like, man, I don't want to play this.
Yeah.
Sony, Sony ain't really no company that need to be doing multiplayer games. They need to stick to what the hell they are moving. To me, these Sony games are like little movies. They all the Sony movie division, like Lazarus, real cinematic, Spider Man, real cinematic.
Well, they feel
All
more
their
like
games
movies. They feel more like
are
movies.
interactive movies.
They feel more like movies than games. That's the problem.
Yeah. And like when I play a game, I want a game. I ain't trying to damn let no cutscene last 20 fucking minutes.
That's why I didn't like Death Stranding. Death Stranding. Oh my god, that game pissed me off.
I didn't even play that shit. I knew I was gonna like it. I didn't even play that shit carrying around a fucking baby in a fucking book bag. I don't
That
want to
shit.
fuck
That
those
shit
shit.
is. That shit is avant-garde as fuck.
Hmm. I got that game on they gave it to me on Epic. I mean, hell, they gave it to anybody who wanted that game, but I ain't never even downloaded that shit and tried it.
What you doing? Death
I
Stranding?
Yeah, I ain't never even tried to download that shit, man. I'll try it. I ain't never even had a desire to try to play that game.
Yeah.
Epic give you a game every week, 2 games every week, something like that. I said, I ain't
It's
fucking this
boring.
shit.
It's fucking boring. I can't stand that shit. It just
Yeah,
sucks.
I ain't gonna mess with it. To me, Sony peaked out of the PlayStation 3 era. They had like good series like Resistance. That was a series. I don't see why they don't bring that back. This has been the worst generation for Sony this generation. I don't care what nobody say. They ain't bought shit out.
They keep doing
They
remasters.
ain't got shit coming. They want to remaster everything.
Well, the problem is they're trying to make money by bringing out hardware, and
Mm.
they don't really have money to make the software because their games too expensive. Oh, if they keep trying to make them like movies, it comes out too expensive, and that's why they don't
Mm.
make enough money. Fucking Spider-Man 2, I think they spend like $320 million to make. I'm like, what the what?
Now suppose Xbox owned Last of Us. Well, now there'd be like a sequel already. There probably would have been like 3 Last of Us games already if Xbox owned them. But now Sony will keep on remastering the damn same 2 fucking games. But I guarantee you there won't be no Last of Us this generation. Just like Uncharted. We ain't got no new Uncharted game this generation. Because they want to remaster everything.
And plus, they finished it, the way they finished it. It was like
Yeah.
the series finished with part 4. The way they
Yeah.
did part 4 at the end of it is like they finished the series. Because
Yeah, I think
he
so
got
too.
married with the girl. He got married with the girl, and then he has a
Yeah.
daughter. I'm like, if they continue the game, they could do it with his daughter, but then it'll be Tomb Raider, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they fucked it up, man. I mean, then they brought out the spin off with the women and stuff. It was okay, but
We had Lost Legacy. That game was.
yeah. Oh yeah, I like Lost Legacy, but the point being, I think they remastered them too, or they made them like different and put them on PC, and I don't know, but Now, why the fuck is they remastering on two of them? What the hell do I need a remaster for? Stupid shit like that, man.
Remastered games only make sense when they're older games. Like if it's a
Yeah,
game
yeah.
that hasn't been out for years. Like you see how they're bringing out Legacy of Kain, and that's just a little. It's the PC port basically.
Uh-huh.
Instead of doing it from scratch and reintroducing it, no. Oh, we're gonna do a quick bullshit ass cash grab.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But then they want to remaster the shit out of other games that
Right.
just came out last gen.
That Star Wars game, I played the original and I played the remastered one, and it ain't whatever the damn Star Wars Dark Forces. I mean,
Like Lollipop Chainsaw, that game was good. It didn't do well at all, but they remastered it and did a new version. And I just don't feel that it's enough to warrant the price too much. But I understand why they're doing it because it didn't sell well during the 360 era. Same thing like Shadows of the Damned. Those games are great games, you know. But
yeah.
I played them during the 360, and I told people those games are fantastic. Shit, Shadow of the Damned sold only like 28,000 copies. That's it. But now they're making the remaster. It's like $24. I'm like, well, I hope people buy it now. But it's only digital. You can't even get it physical. But Live and It Runs doing physical for PlayStation and through Live and It Run, but they're not making one for Xbox. I'm like, oh fuck y'all then.
Yeah, I'm about the point of when they be doing that bullshit like fucking too. I mean, I play on Xbox and PC, but they always trying to cater damn Sony. Like, I get kind of tired of that damn bullshit. Like I said, this is the worst fucking generation ever for Sony, in my opinion. I just, it's terrible. They bring out a PS5 Pro for what? Ain't no way the fuck I pay $700 for that damn thing. I ready to go and buy a computer.
The problem is the price.
Yeah, still.
The hardware upgrade is just very small. It's very minuscule,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to charge you full price for that shit. $700 is crazy. And
Don't
then
even got no disk
it don't
drive.
come with it don't come with the disc drive. It don't come with the stand. If you don't have none of that, you got to buy separate. So when at the end of the day with tax, you're talking about $850 to get that stupid shit
I
that
heard
barely has
scalpers
any
above a
upgrade.
lot of disk drives. I saw some disk drives down here. I started buying to see if I could resell them. I said, with my luck, they probably went to resell, but I heard like scalpers were buying up the disk drives.
Mhm.
I saw a few of them out here at retail. I was like, maybe I should buy them and resell them, but man, I ain't gonna take a risk like that.
The problem with reselling is sitting down waiting to sell. It takes forever.
Yeah, you're right.
During pandemic, no, because during pandemic nobody can go out, so everybody was buying shit online.
Yeah,
You're able to sell shit quick. I remember you said you sold a couple PS5s.
yeah. I was lucky getting them and selling them. Everybody else was having problem buying them. I'll buy them and resell them real quick.
Yeah.
Just getting up, hitting the buy and shit to go through. I don't know how I was getting so lucky, but I resold them as soon as I got them.
You have people paying $900 for the PS5 during pandemic. That shit was crazy.
Hell yeah, they'll buy them now.
Yeah, they were buying them. That's what I'm saying.
That was crazy. I mean, I don't know why, but they're not worth it. That's for sure. I mean, because ain't no games like the games aren't there for Sony like that. I don't care what nobody say. This has been a terrible generation of Sony.
They haven't sold any next gen games because all their games are cross platform.
You can look back on any generation. You go back on PS1, so I remember playing this game. You go PS2, so I remember playing Black Black one was Sony exclusive, but you go back on PS3 generation. I remember Resistance. Hell, PS4 for me, I can remember that. PS5, I can't remember shit but that gay ass Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, stuff don't. It's just been a bad generation for them, man.
And people swear up and down. No, it's been good. It's been good. Like you crazy. They have more games than that. Look, all the games that they got that have been exclusive have been third party because they paid
Yeah.
for it. Money had it to get those games on PlayStation, so they wouldn't come to Xbox. That's basically what they did.
But they pay that money for that Wu-Tang monkey to damn come to them stay on PlayStation for like I
Oh, you
don't play that
mean
bullshit anyway, whatever that shit called a damn monkey and damn looking dude or
yeah, like Wukong you talking about? Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I call it Wu-Tang monkey. I ain't playing shit like that any damn way. I wouldn't even buy that at the school. That's my type of game. They want
Right.
to release a Monkey Man, make a damn Planet of the Apes game. There was some with Caesar. There was some shit. I'll buy that. But Sony got too many shady practices and shit, man. They disgust me. I try not even deal with console war shit, but them others, damn, they ain't really about the game, but they about just trying to. They got people brainwashed, so you should relive this. I don't want to relive shit. I want new experiences. I don't want to go. I ain't. I'm gonna tell you something about me, man. When it comes to gaming, I'm about moving forward. I ain't trying to go back and play everything old too. I mean, sometimes it's good and retro, and I don't get me wrong, but I don't want to retro nothing I played 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They want to remaster too much shit, bro. What's Sega? He been mighty quiet. Is he?
Well,
Sega, you
so
still there?
yeah, he's probably doing laundry. I think he said.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. He did say that.
Taking forever is a gangster. Yeah, I'm driving, taking wife, to do shopping and taking the kids to work, picking them up. So while I do that, that's why I'm able to talk on the show.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. But I know that about you. You make a video spontaneous from anywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Or yeah, I know that about you. Like I make a video in the car, like I come home work or early in the morning, or like I'm somewhere. But you go live anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, to put content on the channel, and when there's a good topic to talk about,
Yeah,
I don't want to keep making a video where everybody's talking about the same shit. Look how
yeah.
many, look how many Halo videos they made. Oh, it's going
Mhm.
on Unreal Engine. Oh, it's gonna go to X. It's gonna go to PlayStation. I'm like, oh God, I cannot do this with these fucking.
Mhm.
That shit is annoying.
Yeah. I make videos to socialize. This is my main goal now. I don't care about. This is my thing, socialize.
Mm-hmm.
I socialize with people more on YouTube and stuff like that. Gotta do people in real life. In real life, I don't really talk to many people. I ain't gonna lie to you. I keep myself.
Right.
I don't bother people. I don't approach people. I don't bother women. Like people think I'm sick when I be saying I never marry again or be with another woman again, nothing like that. But like I said, God gave me 21 wonderful years with a beautiful woman. I'm satisfied. I just do. I don't. Nobody can take her place. I wouldn't even try to like. Why would I give another woman that I be talking with my wife all the time? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't put nobody through that. I just choose to be myself. I just play video games, drink my beer, mind my damn business. I don't bother people. But people always think you're supposed to be like them, or I would do that. Why you want to sit there and be by yourself? That's where I want to be. But don't get me wrong, we always discuss that stuff and put you down. I said, Hattie, that's my wife now. I said, you ever pass? I'm gonna be by myself the rest of my life. I'm gonna move out of Rockham. The chill. I ain't gonna get married again, none of that stuff. And that's what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry, Prime, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, bro.
Oh, sorry, dude. Washing clothes.
Yeah, I just had to hang some line out. I gotta drive, but sometimes I disable power. I hang them out. Oh, I still got clothes line. I ain't gonna lie.
No, dude. Until recently, most people here had clotheslines too,
Yeah.
because it's just it's sunny here. Like, we get a lot of sun
Mhm.
here and a lot of wind. Yeah, man. But it's expensive, dude. Running a dryer.
Yeah. But before I move back down here, we'll go to me and my wife. We'll go to the laundromat.
Oh yeah,
That's expensive.
yeah. Over here, you gotta have the card now. You have to have the
Hmm.
card, and then you have to make the stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I know we don't get to talk a lot. My bad, dude. Just like guys, I
Well,
have.
no.
Mm,
I be getting a lot of invites, but they be about right around. It's just sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night. Y'all late night. I mean, it's like late night where I'm at. Damn, I said, damn, I'm about ready to go to work. The boys on with a podcast.
yeah, if I don't do it like this, I can't do it at all. Actually.
Yeah, I know your time zone will a whole lot different where I live at.
Oh yeah,
It's
dude.
late night to me, but it's probably like prime time.
Yeah, what time is it? Like 7 o'clock over there?
No, it's 8 o'clock down here.
Okay,
What time is it over there?
2 o'clock.
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Woo.
I know it's five
Yeah,
or
we
6 hours, something like that.
we a whole lot more apart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm all the way in the middle of the ocean, dude. Pacific Ocean. So
I don't know it was that damn far, that damn far, but it's still daytime where you live at then, right?
yeah. Well, it's kind of cloudy, man, and then it was raining earlier, and so I had to go downstairs, and then like I don't know, there's like all this rubbish down in the garage. So I
No
just
wonder you be having them late night podcasts because okay, so it's daytime and you but for me it's late night when sometimes y'all be on.
no, when I was
But
doing
you
the podcast on Fridays, like I would be at like I would start at 5 or 6, so everybody else is like 1 in the morning. So that's why.
man,
Yeah,
you called me the right time. Like I saw the invite, I said I'm going to jump on. But shit, man, I can go with you, but
yeah. Good thing you jumped into the comments because I just kind of did this on the fly. I just
y'all
notified
always try to
people.
comment. If I can't do nothing else, I try to come and let y'all know I'm there.
Yeah, yeah, dude. But that's what I'll do. I'll just send because I have you on Instagram, so I'll send you.
Uh-huh.
Nah, but it's cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go. 'Cause I'm waiting for my daughter. That's why. So gonna wrap up the podcast. Did he buy the Step Boy? I know you guys were talking when I went down.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, okay, brother. Sorry, man. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to do two things at once,
No
Yeah,
problem.
and
well, I
then we
gotta
got.
get up and go. I gotta go to work in the morning anyway. By the time I'm about ready to still on anyway, but it's nice talking to you guys again. Y'all gonna hear a whole lot more from me 'cause I'm more available now.
Yeah,
All
like
right,
Eva
that's
said,
what's
I
up.
see your video. So, and then
Yeah,
yeah. So I'll send you invites. So no
Are you
worries.
faithful?
yeah. Just send the invites. If I'm there, I get on, bro. You know me. We go way back.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No worries, man. But shout
Well,
yourselves out, man, real quick, and then we'll go.
this NWO Prime and the High of Sanctimony celebrating me. You can find me on YouTube.
Oh, we lost him.
No. Oh, yeah.
I like that. I like when he says that, though. Have a sanctimony, though.
I
That's
have
cool.
a testimony. Yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Shout yourself out.
I know, just, he bought powerful, the most powerful gamer. That's coming on YouTube, obviously, and social, in and out, all the time, and where every Xbot is hated. You know,
I know. That's like we're like the Xbox Defense Force a lot of times. Yeah, bro. But thanks for coming on again. Happy belated birthday. I know some of the guys in the chat said happy birthday as well. But yeah, Sega Man couldn't join us today. Try and catch up with him later on this week. But yeah, Xbox All In channel, host Sega Forever. Thanks to everybody for joining. Thank you to the chat. Really appreciate it, Daniel. Tool Man, Faded Blaze, especially. Faded Blaze is in here. Shinzo Elite, appreciate it, brother. Pepe, always welcome. Yeah, Pepe, don't worry, dude. If you get a PlayStation, dude, it's fine, man. I'm not anti. Look, dude, I don't hate on anybody for liking what they like, dude. I just don't like the hypocrisy. And Dirty Animal. Yeah, hey, Dirty Animal. If you don't like consoles, that's up to you too, man. No worries. A lot of people are going to PC as well. I mean, it is what it is. My son plays strictly on PC now. So no hate. Judah Gaming, man, thanks for stopping in. I know you stopped by a couple of shows. Hopefully I was able to answer your questions. And Zolby coming in on the back end with the Obama comment. What's up, my brother, man? Hey, let me know when you want to do another podcast. You're more than welcome. All right, guys. Thank you for everybody for being there. Hey, my brother, we'll talk later. And we out.
Peace.